As
guys?
promised, dude.
Yeah.
Finally. We did string people along for a couple weeks.
Let's string.
I hope it lives up to the hype,
This is
dude.
part one.
Yeah, this
of
is part
the
one.
Crusades, brought to you by Matt McCusker. Now, Matt, before we get started, Crusaders, that's a racist term, isn't it?
Why is it racist?
I don't know. Susquehanna University had to change their name from the Crusaders to the Riverhawks because Crusaders is racist.
Riverhawk sounds more like a slur then.
It certainly does.
They call someone a Riverhawk?
Especially you drive up Route 15 along the Susquehanna River, it's just trailers. It's just,
Yeah.
Dude, it's insane. These
Is it
trailers that are
really?
on the banks between the fucking highway and the river, there's like, sometimes it's pretty far out. Sometimes it's like 100 yards of like forest to the river. And it's just, you see like deer stands, like shacks that dudes,
What?
the Riverhawks are in there.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Is that what they're really named after? Dudes that just camp along the river?
No, I think they're named after just hawks.
The actual hawk that
Riverhawks
flies.
is a sick name.
Yeah, but like
Crusaders is the best though.
that rules, dude. There was a lot of Catholic schools who were named the Crusaders
Bishop
as well.
McDevitt's the Crusaders.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick. They used to carry a big golden cross out onto the field.
They're
Pretty sick.
way of the cross.
Yes.
That's basically what Crusader even means.
How fucking sick is it in Kingdom of Heaven when he's
Awesome.
like, my master's here.
Yeah.
He's like, so the Jerusalem is here.
The Jerusalem.
Then you see the fucking giant golden cross come out of the fucking, what's that word for desert heat rising, where it's like, you know what I mean?
Where the heat rises off the
Yeah,
ground.
it makes it blurry.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never known what to call that.
Isn't there a word for that? There certainly is a word for it.
For the heat.
Reflection of heat.
Heat-flexion? The heat-flexion?
flexion. Anyway, I like to see the golden cross emerge.
That's a good way to frame this. Should what happened be grounds for taking away team
school's
sports names?
nicknames.
It's not like, I mean, if you're going to go after, like, there was like the Redskins and stuff. That's
You know,
obviously.
that still irks me. And I know we're about to talk
Sure,
Crusades,
please.
but last night the Philadelphia Eagles played the Washington Commanders.
The Commanders?
They're the Commanders now, which, by the way,
So they switched it to the guys who took out the
Yeah.
the fucking Native
Commanders? You mean murderers? Is that what we're talking about?
That's what they call them now?
Yeah. And it bothered me. It's like, dude, just be the Redskins.
The
Look,
Commanders?
it was racist. You did it.
What colors are jersey?
Same exact thing. Yeah. They have a W there for Washington. Instead of it was one of the cooler symbols in all of football.
Yeah, man. And nobody
Anyway.
looked at it like, oh, they were like, dude, those guys look fierce.
Yeah.
It was a badge of respect. So now they're the the Washington French fur traders or something?
Yeah.
Like, what are they?
Yeah. They're the fur trappers.
Yeah, what was the name after the guys who
There's
destroyed them?
Syracuse used to have a rough one.
Well, they were the Orange Men.
They were the Orange Men. Now they're the Orange.
Oh, they were the Orange Men?
Yeah.
Who were they going after? 4 or 5?
They were
He
going
should not be
after
named.
Native Americans. They were calling them Orange Men.
That's what that was?
Yeah, their logo used to be. Hold on.
Oh, no.
Ooh, that's a rough logo, dude.
What is it? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's like the Peter Pan.
It's crazy.
That's
It's like a buck-toothed. Now this is their mascot. That's a good guy.
that's the Orange Man.
That is orange.
That's,
The Syracuse, look at him.
that has nothing to do with the Native Americans.
That's pretty sick.
They were just shouting out.
Oh fuck! I'm flowing, dude. I know it.
Please,
It
please.
just reminded me of there's a show.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest shows of all time. It was on National Geographic. It was about dudes with Tourette syndrome, like Tourette's, dude.
Yeah.
Not like
The real
a little,
deal.
like
Yeah.
full on. And they were 3 like Scottish dudes, or 3 British dudes. So it's even funnier.
Oh.
And they like take a van trip together. They meet up because
Yeah.
there's like a Tourette's crew. They link and they're like, we need to go somewhere. We got to get the fuck out of these cities because they can't live.
No.
It's so bad.
'Cause they
But
say the
They
craziest
say the
shit.
wildest. They go into a fishing shop because they're going to go fishing. They're trying to camp. They go into a fishing shop. The guy's like, armed robbery. We have guns. He goes, this place smells like piss. But the one guy,
Robbery.
yeah, they say the worst thing possible. But some of the physical tics, dude, they're like, yeah, whoop, like nonstop. But
Three Stooge ticks, dude.
they nothing but Three Stooge sticks.
Oh no!
The one dude, they're sitting next to each other. They're like having a heart to heart. They're overlooking like a bay.
Mm-hmm.
They're on rocks, like looking. They're like fishing and stuff, and they're like sitting there talking. The one guy's sitting like this. The other guy's sitting on his ass next to on a rock, and he goes and slaps him in the forehead, and the guy he hits goes. It's dude. Obviously, it's a tragedy, dude.
But dude.
This guy, they show him getting his kids ready in the morning, and he's like putting his kids' socks on. He's like, "It's kind of gay." And then, like, he takes the baby's pacifier out of his mouth. He goes, he rips it out, acts like he's gonna throw it, puts it back in. Kind of gay. It's gay what I'm doing.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, check it out. Tourette's guys.
That break, it must feel good while you're doing the things.
Well, that's the thing. So they don't take the medication they're given because the medication blocks dopamine. So that's what they get when they do that. The tics is like a release for them real quick.
Yeah.
So the only way to stop it is to block dopamine and make you not want to not do it.
Oh.
So then if they take the medication, nothing's good.
That's your get up and go too.
Yeah.
I think serotonin's the feel good and dopamine's the get up and go.
Maybe it's serotonin. One of them.
Either one. I wouldn't want to lose either of them.
No, I'd just get in a van and, dude, they're driving. They're like, fuck you. Like, people on the side, dude. Wank. Oh, that was my favorite. He's pouring the kids cereal and he just goes, wank.
The kids are probably dying.
Yeah.
God, man.
But occasionally just. There's one part where they're meeting with people and these two women are talking to the three of them. And once one of them does something, it triggers the other two. So it's full Stooges. The girl's talking to him and the one guy just goes. The guy behind him goes. Dude, hold on a second. Can we pause for a minute?
Yes.
You've got to see this.
I have to see this.
And then we'll talk Crusades.
Yeah, we will.
First, I got to show you these three Scottish dudes with
I need to
Tourette's
see this,
syndrome.
dude. I need to see this. Oh my god, dude!
I totally forgot. I watched it the first time I watched it. I didn't think it was that funny. I was like, it is jarring. Like they're fully like,
yeah.
There's like they just have B-roll of a guy like looking out the window while they're driving. He's just like, he just sticks his thumb in his eye.
It's gonna be crazy too because you're probably holding it back, and one of your boys goes off, and you're like, I'm gonna let it rip then.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. There's a couple times where the dudes go off hard.
Yeah,
and it's like sad because they can't stop. They're like, fuck, shit.
Yeah, but dude, I think about how good it feels to them. Where'd you hear about this?
I watched it and then it came up. Unfortunately, it was suggested.
Was it really? I wanted to compare algorithms at one point to see what each other are working with.
Well, I read comments, so unfortunately, my thing's me. This is it, dude.
Yeah.
It's a Tourette's road trip.
Don't text while driving, don't risk it.
Scream.
Yeah.
Just scream. Touch my penis, it's nice.
Oh my god, are we back?
We're back, dude. Those are the bros.
How nice would it be to be in the cipher? Just Tourette's out by the ocean. It's like, butch, pissy, fuck.
I mean, that's what happened. We went.
Yeah.
It was the exact same thing.
You gotta, dude, I'd pay to drive the bus. Be like, yo, all you guys get on.
I don't know. They say some mean things to each other.
Yeah, but dude, you
They
can
would
just sit there
whatever
and
the worst
drive.
thing they're thinking of about you, they're going to say it.
I know.
He's like,
Damn.
I'm not fat. I'm not bald. Look at me like, fat, bald, fuck, piece of shit.
When they met the daughter, I thought they were all going to say some like,
Oh, yeah.
that must be the tough ones.
Good for them not being in America because
Yeah.
over here we got a word you're really not allowed to say.
Yeah. We had a lot.
But, you
But
know,
yeah, there's the ultimate.
if you were going into a bait shop just screaming it.
Yeah.
There's a scene earlier. He's at a grocery store. He's just crushing everybody.
Really?
Everyone in there. He's walking a car. He's like, fucking twat. And people are like, hey, asshole. He's got a shirt that says, I have Tourette's. But yeah.
How fun would that be? What do you think you know what? I'm going to go on this road.
What would I say?
Like, you know
If
what?
there was a word that I wasn't allowed, yeah.
You'd say whatever you couldn't.
Yeah. Those are the best.
Yeah, the hand movements are the best.
Dude.
Yeah, Dude, going to the beach and just letting it rip is probably
letting it rip, dude.
I'm always wondering though, because it's weird that that's a biological thing they're saying, but then it is more of like a social taboo kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like a biological issue, but it's also like the most like, what are the social taboos, and they can't help but scream them out.
Yeah. That stuff's wild, man.
Yeah, because then it's like, dude, I mean, I can answer. I definitely have Tourette's. I have the underlying brain of a Tourette's person. Yeah. So I'm like, that's kind of nice to know everyone's rolling around like that. Like, fat bitch.
I was thinking, dude, anytime I was in church as a kid, I was like, if I scream a word right now, my life will be over.
Yeah.
If I just scream it.
Yeah. You're done.
Yeah.
That's the start. That's probably the funnel. And then your body starts going,
do it. Do it.
Do the
and
thing.
You just start going.
God's fake. You're like, hey, come on, man. Come on, man.
God's fake. Rapist. Come out here, you rapist. Just waiting for the priest to walk down. Come out here, you rapist. Sorry, everybody.
I love the devil. Oh my God.
Touch my penis, it's nice. Dude. Don't get me wrong, it sucks,
bros.
and their life has to be so hard.
But they're the bros.
But they're the funniest bros on earth.
Dude,
they were just standing there throwing. That wasn't Tourette's. That was like, they were like, all right, we have time to ourselves.
They're fucking around.
Let's throw a ball to see who can hit each other in the nuts.
What else would you do?
National Geographic's here. We just drove a van out to the lake. Let's throw a ball at each other's nuts in front of the camera.
We should have a Tourette's parade. Hit them with like the police megaphones and just let them rip and just stand there like, oh.
Yeah. Just be like, dude, you guys are fine. It's not taboo.
No.
I wonder if that would help.
I think it would.
It's not taboo.
Dude, if we had
nothing matters.
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder if it would help with the urge to say something bad if nothing was bad.
It's like holding in a sneeze. If you're like, I bet you can't sneeze right now.
Yeah.
If we had the whole town watching and be like, I bet you won't.
You won't do it.
And just put them on the megaphone.
Yeah.
It'd be like, they might get stage fright and it might take them out of it.
Then they'd get at home at night in bed being like, this is what I should have said.
Think of all the shit they could have done.
Fuck. Wank. Wank's a good one. Wank's funny.
Touch my penis, it's nice.
Touch my penis, it's nice.
That's the best one. No, dude, the best is honestly armed robbery. We have guns.
We have guns.
Which one?
Putting your kid's socks on and going, this is gay.
Yeah. He's right, though.
It is gay. All right. Now.
Oh, perfect, dude.
Crusades.
Let me see what kind of time we're working with. That's perfect. Perfect.
But we're going to edit that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect. Dude.
And now.
Well, I'm happy we did that.
Yeah.
It takes the pressure off jumping right into some dense talk about the Crusades. But, so we'll take it all the way back to the first Crusade, dude. Before it started, November 1095, dude.
Ooh.
Barely 1,000 years after Christ.
Yeah.
Church is 1,000 years old. It's almost 1,100 years old. Pope Urban gives a speech about the Christian world being threatened by Muslim nations. And at the time, the Pope himself, it was a job that like people didn't take the Pope seriously. The Pope was slipping. The Pope would like come up and be doing pretty well and be pretty important, I guess, and the Pope took a dip and it was more like the nations were like, we're running shit.
Yeah.
So some argue the Pope was kind of incentivized. Some argue the Pope was incentivized to kind of start a war to become seem more important. That's how some historians take it. So he's going around being like, he just gathers a bunch of people and he was like, dudes, I don't know if you know this, but when we go to this is all in France. He was like, when we go to make pilgrimage to the Holy Lands, the Muslims are checking us for tax. And if you don't pay, they're making some of us take shits. So they make you fucking squat, drop pie.
Yes.
Or they were saying in other cases, they cut people open and extract gold from them. And everyone just went, those idiots back then.
Chocolate bleu.
Yeah, they all went. All got. He did this speech to. He was like he was from a monastery,
Japanese.
so he gave a speech to other monks, and then the monks were all like, "We can't believe this." And basically, word got out. But basically, he was saying, "Dude, they're controlling the Holy Lands. They're fighting us on the southern border here and there, the Moors, and they're like." We need to do
Moors
something.
they were making noise.
Then the author
were
of the
making
book,
noise.
they did say that. They said the Moors had attacked southern France a couple times.
The Reconquista.
Yep, and they were kind of like it
know
wasn't
words.
totally wrong, and there probably were Muslim tax collectors who like gutted people for not taking dumps. So he told them, he goes, "Look,
I'd have no problem.
oh,
Take a
drop in the
dump. So you
pie."
want me to take 3?
True. Like,
I'm taking fiber gummies. Shit out all gold. Son of a bitch. You got me.
there's a pure gold nugget turd. You're like, I don't know what the fuck I was eating.
Crazy.
It's a miracle.
How the fuck did that get in there?
It's a holy miracle, dude.
You guys can have that.
Dude, shitting out all your gold.
Shit out gold
sucks,
must suck.
dude.
You hear the coins hit the ground while you're shitting.
Oh.
No, these guys are gonna be pissed. These guys are gonna cut my fucking hands off.
They're going to cut my wife's belly open.
Oh.
Imagine your wife getting gutted by a Muslim man.
Your wife getting gutted. That's the worst part of, history is being in love.
Yeah.
Because your wife is going to get her head cut off and raped in front of you.
Yeah, I mean,
That's history.
there was a huge chance she died in childbirth. That was...
Which is probably pretty tight.
Yeah, dude. The average bro had
Good part's done.
dude, the average bro had like 3 wives. You would just like back then you were just cream pie, and you would only cream pie. And then it was like your wife would die in childbirth and they'd be like, we got to get you another wife. Because you needed a wife. You couldn't not have, like, it just was like integral to running your farm or whatever you're doing. So we're like, yo, we're getting you another wife. And you just get another wife and just be like, well, resume cream pie. But I'm sure it was a little more emotional than that. But it is kind of crazy when you hear about the bros just fucking constantly, like they're leasing wives. And they were just like, a kid would explode your wife and you'd get a kid and then be like, damn, time for a new babe.
Damn, the first one was the frogs, dude.
What, the first? Yeah, it was all the frogs. It's all the froggy boys. So basically, Pope Urban, like he set up this big thing. We're under attack by the Muslims. There's a direct affront to Christianity. He was like, so all he really said was like, just go down there and make pilgrimage.
Yeah.
Bring some weapons. And if guys go to check stuff, just fucking, if you
Say
fuck them
no.
up. If you fuck them up, you fuck them up. We got to go down there and just basically let them know we're not going to stand by this. And like, we should probably control the Holy Land too. We should control Jerusalem. That's all. He's like, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He IJS'd just the Crusades. He was like, I mean, it's fucked up. We should just, and he told people, if you go down there, you basically, your sins are all forgiven. But the caveat was only sins you had confessed to a priest counted. Because some people were like, can I just roll down there? And he said no. But then you would have like, so the word started to spread. And then you had guys like, I think Peter the Hermit started like going and making up versions of that. They were like, yo, no matter what, if you go down there, and fuck people up and die, you go to heaven.
Peter the Hermit was the one who got the pores.
Yes.
He was the one going around tricking the pores.
Yeah, and that was November 1095. By December 1095, that was the guy, Peter the Hermit.
The fucking hermit?
Yeah, dude. That was a guy who was famous for, he lived on wine and fish only and was like notoriously busted. The quote is utterly repellent looks. That's what he was known for. For having stanky breath and being utterly repellent through history. But a nasty orator. So
Fish and wine.
Fish and wine, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Fish and wine, screaming
and being
at people.
Notably ugly in 1096.
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit.
1095.
You must have been horrendous.
Dude. And then but between December 1095, May 1096, Peter the Hermit amassed 15,000 people. So he got that. He had the army of poors.
He had followers.
Yeah, so he got the army of poors, and he was like, this was the People's Crusade, they called it.
Yes.
So he just got a bunch of poor people from France and Germany, and these were the guys that like he just sent them down straight into Arabia, and they got butchered, like instantly died.
Yeah. So he sent 15,000 poor Europeans.
Yes.
Just peasants.
French. He got the French and Germans.
He just got peasants.
These were the guys who...
What the fuck was he getting out of this?
Glory. These guys... There was
he probably felt pretty good giving the speeches. Then on the boat over, he was probably starting to be like, ooh.
Yeah, we'll see later. He actually was a bit of a yellow belly.
I hope these Seljuks aren't as tough as I've heard. Because me and my guys are not prepared.
He was a bit of a yellow belly, as we see later.
They also used to hit him with like the fucking, don't worry, dude, we don't even need armor. God.
Oh, yeah. The poors went down there and they got it.
They got rocked.
Yes.
Nice.
And that's where Crusades come from. It's actually it was not called the Crusades at first. It was just called the Ite, the journey. He's like, make the journey, but then eventually it became like Crusades and Crusade, like way of the cross. So these guys go down to Constantinople, and they also on the way down there, when they're coming through Rhineland, they broke off to kill the Jews.
Hold the fort.
Some of the German Crusaders just fucking went
What are they
DEFCON.
doing?
They just went DEFCON. On the way down, they just stopped, killed a bunch of Jews.
They were tired.
They were tired. They were sleepy.
They got sleepy.
They got
and they
very
said
sleepy.
I'll tell you what, guys. In the morning,
They accidentally, they hadn't had their coffee yet, so they went down and they killed the Jews. Just stopped by. They were crusading. They were warming up. They were warming up. They're like, yeah, you guys are. Don't you guys fucking far from? They're from around there, aren't you guys? And they fucking gave them what for?
it's just yeah.
They noogied the Jews on the way down, and then
It is. It explains why the Jews are very like, hey,
dude.
hey, let's tone down the rhetoric.
dude,
Because literally every time out of nowhere, one of you guys decides to get us, dude.
I was talking about this yesterday. It's like, to be fair, people like there's been like tons of bad things that happen to a lot of groups of people, but like they try to eradicate the entire race. That'll get the hair standing up on the back of your neck.
Yeah.
Knowing that like that's an idea floating around, like they're, so I don't, white guys like, oh, we're evil, blah blah blah. Almost sounds like what do people say about white guys, that we like control the world unfairly or whatever.
Yeah, we don't deserve to be the
But no one wants to
champs.
kill us.
We don't deserve to be the best.
Yeah, that's all people
We
are
just
saying.
happen to we lucked into being number one.
Yes.
But yeah, go ahead, read about history and what we did.
Yeah.
What it took.
So yeah, that was unfortunate. So then, the People's Crusade, led by Peter the Hermit, tried to cross into Constantinople, and they didn't get anywhere near, and just all of them got butchered. Peter the Hermit, the Yellow Belly, survived and ran back, and you pretty much used that to start summoning more people. So during that whole period, there was real knights and soldiers, like upper crust of society, being like, yo, we're going to go down there. People wanted glory back then really badly. So there's a bunch of like noble born people and like the top cream of the, upper crust of French society who were like, we're going to go down there and do the damn thing. So by then they had about 60 to 100,000 people in France.
But they did condemn the attack on the Jews.
Did they? The
Sorry
Pope
to
did?
circle back. I was reading.
No, that's a good.
I never had heard about the Rhineland massacres.
Yep. How many did they get? What were the numbers?
2,000 estimated. 2,000
Ooh,
Jews.
Really?
That seems high. No, I've never heard of this, but that seems high.
Do we have any photographic evidence
It's
of
like
that?
one drawing, and there's only like 6 guys in the drawing. So I'm gonna go ahead. This is the first time I'm hearing about it. I'm gonna call bullshit. I've done a little bit of research. Nah,
I don't think so.
that doesn't sound like something we would do.
So they get the upper crust, the real knights and soldiers. They get 60 to 100K people. Basically 7,000 to 10,000 were fully mounted knights on the minute.
Sick.
On the ponies.
On
They
the
had
tiny
7
horses.
to 10, yep, on
Yes.
tiny horses. 35K to 50K were infantry, and the remaining bunch were just women and children.
Bring down the kids.
WC.
You're gonna have to bring the women and children.
The rest were just for fun.
If I was going on crusade, I would. You know who I would want nagging the entire trip? I'd like wife and kids.
You needed them. Also, though, to be fair, if
If you left them, they were dead.
they were dying.
Yeah.
Yes, you had to bring them into battle, and the night gets lonely, dude. Night gets lonely.
Yeah, you're gonna want some kids.
So these dudes would like, this is still like, feudal time. So like you would be like living on a fiefdom, and the knight would be like, yo, I'm crusading. That means if I ride, we all ride.
Yeah, we're all going.
So they all had like a posse that had to go to the crusades with them every single time.
This guy opening your wooden hut door,
oh,
your
dude,
hovel, being like, "Get up."
I hope today's not too hard. He's like, what are we
Get up.
doing? We're walking to the Holy
We're gonna have
Lands.
to walk to. It's like, where's that? Like, I don't know.
I have no clue.
There's no maps.
For what? Be like they were making people shit on the border of some fucking, I don't know, man. Come on, stop fucking asking questions.
Yeah, put down the mud you're eating. Get up.
Yeah, and the knights, they wore a thick chainmail armor. That was a big thing here. Like you were
Perfect
saying,
for the desert.
dude, the Seljuk Turks were light armor, moving quickly.
Yeah.
These knights were built for just like slow,
Yeah.
just thick, heavy warfare. So they had big metal helmets, big metal shields, double-sided long swords, about 2 feet.
Yeah.
These swords about 2 feet, which, by the way, they weren't really sharp. The long swords are more of a bludgeoning tool.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. They would just crack you with this fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they could probably stab you with the front of it. Then they had, swords, longbows, all that stuff. Rudimentary crossbows back then. Too.
Longbows are pretty tight.
They're nasty.
300
yards.
Don't
300
even start
yards,
on the
bro.
British longbows, dude.
300 yards those things are going back in 1095.
The British are very proud of the longbows.
Did they start them?
Which is the gay, of course the British are the longbows. We stand back here and we fire upon you.
Dude, 300 yards.
You'll listen to us now. God damn it. These. You know, I always thought that those like leather caps they all used to wear are about as gay as it gets.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of the cool outfits, but the little leather. You ever see a longbowman?
When did they wear like old motorcycle helmets?
Longbowmen look like sissies, dude.
What are they rocking? Let me see. So now I'm curious. I'm imagining like a leather skull cap with like a belt buckle hanging down over
Crusader
your
ones
ears.
look pretty sick.
Let me see.
But
these.
no, they're Robin Hood types. Like tights.
Oh yeah, it's kind of sick though. I mean, you're just throwing in Robin Hood in there, so I'm being like, yeah, that guy kind of ruled.
Actually, I am starting to like these.
So these they would show up in fucking yoga pants and just launch bows and arrows at you.
They'd get Lululemons.
dude.
Yeah.
How fucking funny was that?
These hats. They look like the guy in the yellow. That fucking.
Yeah, that's.
I hate these dudes.
God,
I
wore
hate
like
those dudes.
they wore like knapsacks on their heads and just launched bows and arrows.
But
Dude.
Crusader, you toss a cross on any uniform, I'm like, dude, that's sick.
Yeah, I mean, dude, to be fair, that is pretty nice to be like a prairie mother and just be firing bows and arrows 300
Just
feet.
crushing tough dudes.
Just over the walls of a village, just causing an absolute. That was the funny thing you'll see in the warfare back then. It was like you just sat outside somebody's village or like city, really, and just bothered them.
Yeah, you siege
Try to
them.
start. Yeah,
Toss
siege warfare.
Diseased animals over.
It's so
You're like, this
sick.
stinks like shit. Throw it over there.
So,
What about Lululemon?
oh, dude, how funny was that?
That was one of the funniest.
We talked to we're jumping to the present day timeline, present day TL
Timeline.
present day. Me and Shane are walking. A bro came up. We're chatting. It was pretty sick. And then we were walking past Lululemon, and in my head, I was thinking like, how funny it would be if this dude thought we were going into Lululemon right now. Didn't say it, and the guy was like, all right, later, ducks off, and he's going to Lululemon, and Shane goes, do they even sell? Totally serious, by the way. You're like, do they sell guy clothes in there? And he stops and goes, you knew that, dude. You fucking knew that because he was going in there to buy guy clothes.
He was very nervous. Just, you knew that, dude.
That made me laugh, dude.
Yeah,
I'd be so
it made
mad.
me feel bad. I wasn't trying to make fun of him.
No, but it was so funny. You're like, holy shit, they sell guy clothes in there? And
Yeah.
he goes, did you fucking do that,
You
dude?
knew that, dude. You busted my chops. Come on, man.
And you
Don't make
weren't
fun
either.
of me.
Oh man, that was making me laugh. So,
Sorry, I am paying attention. I'm just looking at looking things up
Please,
with
no,
you.
keep researching. Dude, so here's the thing with the First Crusade. None of the European kings entered the First Crusade, so the forces were all kind of split and unorganized. So there was all these factions of knights where you'd have like these high upper crust, like knightly caste, like Lannister type guys who were like vying for there was like 5 or 6 guys who thought that they should have been like crowned the like, reigning supreme over the entire First Crusade.
Yeah.
But there was no real process for it other than like enough people thinking you were sick and like declaring the fact that you were.
So we're talking Raymond of Toulouse.
Yep.
Toulouse.
Yep.
Adhemar of Lepé.
Boy, man.
Godfrey of Bouillon.
Yes, dude.
Baldwin of Boulogne.
Yep.
Hugh of Vermande. Stephen of Blois.
Stephen rules, dude.
Stephen of Blois.
That was Robert's brother-in-law, Stephen.
Robert of Flanders. Robert Curtis.
Dude, so
Pete
here's
the Hermit.
here's the here's another thing too people don't realize is a lot of people say these guys were opportunistic, like they were just going there just for their own themselves.
To loot.
Here's the thing,
For
dude.
booty.
So yeah, there was dudes who were seeking military glory and had their sights set on basically like setting up like new towns and cities. They would be kings, but they could never be a king really, but they could be the king of like some other place. But there was other guys too. They have like records of people selling like all of their property. They had like knight type dudes who would sell their entire family fortune to go over there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just people like.
Yeah, there are dudes that bought in. They
Yeah,
believed it.
there was a lot of them that do it, and there was also the fact that like if you didn't go, you looked like a fucking pussy. So like if everyone else went, if you were like all knights, and it was like why aren't we going? It's
When
like
everyone goes, how do you not just take everyone's shit? You'd be like, all right, my army's gonna stay. and now we're gonna take everything.
But then it would be like, dude, you'd be a crime against your own country, man. And like it's like the whole honor thing. They'd be like, so you coward, backstabber. So they would get back and like they would burn your whole family alive.
Oh yeah, there's always the threat of that.
Yeah, while they were out avenging. That
was a good deterrent.
Yeah, dude. While they were out avenging God, you stole all of their shit, and then you're getting tarred and feathered. Your family's getting raped and killed.
Damn it.
Yeah. So here's the main characters according to this book. The main characters of the First Crusade with a little something about them. Count Raymond of Toulouse. He was a 50-year-old war veteran from southern France who had experienced fighting the Moors in the Southern Front. He was also rumored to have his eye ripped out by his face by a Muslim on the border of a holy city on pilgrimage.
Well, that'll fucking piss you off.
Yep, and he said he kept it all the way back as a reminder to show people being like, fuck those guys. So he was pissed off. So he had his never forget. Bohemond of Taranto, he was a 40-year-old Italian Norman, and he grew up while his father, Robert the Wily, was conquering Italy. So I don't really know who the Norman are, but... whatever. I just imagine them as like the whiter Italians.
I think so.
Guardian, you might be a Norman. So this guy Bohemond, he was basically just grew up in an ongoing military conquest, and it says I think his dad was doing he was fighting the Greeks and he was fighting the Greeks in oh no.
I'll tell you what, this is why I was always confused because Norman, you would think Normandy in France, which is northern France. The Normans were a population arising in the medieval Duchy of Normandy from the intermingling between Norse Viking settlers and indigenous West Franks and Gallo-Romans. The term is also used to denote emigrants from the duchy who conquered other territories such as England and Sicily. So he was just from Sicily.
Okay.
But Normandy's borders the channel between England and...
Is that what it is?
So like D-Day.
So this guy might have been a Viking. He might have been just a regular.
Could have been a Wop or a Viking.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
Got you.
But if you said he was a Italian Norman, he was Sicilian.
That's probably what it was. So he grew up while his dad was just like devastating parts of Italy. Came of age. He like just was doing that was like his work, going to work with his dad.
Yeah.
Grows up and then he fights the Greeks in a 4-year Balkan campaign. He was rumored to be tall as fuck and jacked. And they were like, he knows a lot about. Everyone was like, yeah, this dude's like legit. But he also, for some reason, didn't have any money, which is weird. So he was like seeking riches. He had like military experience, but he just like didn't have any dough. And he was joined by his cousin Tancred of Hauteville, Duke of Lower Lorraine.
I like it.
So Tancred was his boy, and Tancred apparently was very. These two dudes had their eyes on the prize politically.
Yeah,
these guys were like, we want to take different other stuff or take like territory. Then there was Godfrey of Bouillon, dude, beast, enemy of the Pope, and was in hot water. He ruined church property. Yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't know. He had beef with the Pope. The Pope was not well liked at this point.
Pope was a bitch, dude.
He was rubbing up against like the elites, and they were like, dude, fuck off. And that's why they think the Pope this was like basically a power play.
Yeah. This is from Alexios in Constantinople.
What do you mean?
Constantinople.
Oh, Alexios is that what it's from?
Alexios, the reason, quick research.
Yeah.
That is important. The reason the Pope was doing that is because the Byzantine Empire was fighting with the Muslims. So the Byzantine Empire, which is like modern day Turkey ish.
They reached out.
The fucking Constantinople was, the Muslims were over there.
Yeah.
They were doing battle with them and they're like, Christian brothers, we need help. Send some people, and the Pope was like, Muslims are pieces of shit. And
that was part of it. They go and they have to help him.
Yeah.
And that was the big beef because they wanted to go take the holy cities, and a lot of the Crusades was just them helping like strategic cities of Constantinople. Dang, dude.
Yeah.
Dang.
Because it's the Eastern Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had his whole sight set on retaking all this. That's the whole First Crusade was them taking back cities for the for the bros to the east. So Godfrey, he was also jacked and tall, and apparently the area he lorded over was like notoriously unruly. And so like it just sucked. Like he got a bad land to take care of, and it was just like you're a constant threat of being cooed.
Yeah.
So he was kind of like, people assume he wanted to crusade so he could get a new fiefdom in the east. He was kind of like, this kind of sucks, I want to get out of here.
Yeah.
So his brother Baldwin of Bouillon was also a power hungry bro. So he went with him. So that was the southern faction of France. And then there was a northern Frenchman. There was Robert, Duke of Normandy. His brother was the King of England. and then he was joined by Stephen, his brother-in-law.
It's not Lionheart right now, is it? Who's the king of England?
No, Lionheart I think was Second Crusade. I forget the name of the guy, the king of England. It was like, I don't remember. But then his cousin Robert II, Count of Flanders, came too.
Yeah, Richard was.
Yeah, he wasn't yet.
He was 100 years later.
Yeah, that was the second one, right?
Yeah.
Apparently the Lionheart was the fucking man.
Richard Lionheart, dude. How sick is that name?
Dude. So
I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off.
no, please. I actually like the whatchamacallits. The different researches. It actually helps. So a full year passes, dude. A full year passes, and then all these dudes, like the 7 knights and all their forces.
I'm sorry to cut you off again.
Go ahead.
I'm looking at Richard Lionheart's Wikipedia, and it says early life, blah, blah, blah. Next thing is king and crusader. So I clicked it. First thing, coronation and anti-Jewish violence. Hold the fort.
No, not again.
God damn it.
Lionheart?
Yeah. They think he was Richard the Lionheart was gay. He said, "I'll be behind the couch."
What?
Richard the First was officially invested as Duke of Normandy on July 20th, 1189, and crowned king in Westminster Abbey on September 3rd, 1189. Tradition barred all Jews and women from the event. Some Jewish leaders arrived to present gifts for the new king. According to Ralph of Diceto, Richard's courtiers stripped and flogged the Jews and then flung them out of court.
Dude,
God damn it, dude.
There's just something. There's nothing funny about denying access to Jews or denying access to women, but when you pair them together, it's very funny for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like no Jews or women. It's like
why?
Why the
fuck? Then a rumor spread that Richard had ordered all the Jews to be killed.
Oh no!
You know how that rumor kicks up?
Yeah.
And the people of London attacked the Jewish population.
Jeez, man. I think it's like something you got to do. I think it's like, you know, they hit like a ship with a bottle before it goes off.
Yeah.
If you go to fight Muslims, you have to like just rough some Jews up and then run over to the Muslims. It's a warm up. You're like, all right.
It's a tradition.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah. What the fuck?
That's so fucking bizarre. But there's no like, they never mention it. They're like, oh yeah, and then like right during that time, they like just fucked the Jews up, and then they went and did the Crusades too.
Yeah.
But also, it's probably just part of that. Like, yeah, you're fucking kind of like those guys. What the fuck they doing? Tell us.
Once the Pope starts like,
yeah,
you're either Christian or we kill you.
Yeah,
that's what we got to go over there and do.
yeah.
They're like, hey,
true.
you know these guys with the land that live next to us?
Yeah.
We can go take all their stuff.
Yeah, they're probably kind of crushing on the Jews for. Yeah, it's the green light.
But I also think the Jews weren't doing great.
No, back then I thought
European Jews, I think, were not doing that great back then.
Well, there's that whole thing of like I don't know when in medieval times they said they were like barred from doing certain jobs and they only let them do money stuff. So they'd be like, you guys can loan money and be like the money changers.
Yeah.
And then they were saying like these like dukes and lords would be like, if they wanted to gain favor, they could be like, you know who's fucking you guys over? The Jews. And they'd be like, they're loaning you all this money, but the Christians weren't allowed by their thing. They weren't allowed to loan money, so they just it's like when they outsource torture. They'd be like, all right, Jews, you guys do the money stuff, and then they would be like, yo, these Jews are fucking you guys.
God damn, hold the fort again.
This is what it was. When they would end up owing their money lenders, who were the Jews, money, they'd be like, or I'll just turn my whole population against you guys and never pay you back. So,
all right, I'm sorry.
No,
sorry to cut you off.
That's actually.
I was just trying to look up Lionheart.
That's riveting stuff, though.
First thing you click on is he flogged a bunch of Jews when he got coronated.
No Jews, no women. That's the thing.
I do like that. Then the rumor started
that he's gay.
That Richard said all Jews should be killed, and the people of London attacked them.
But it was just a rumor.
Yeah, it was,
yeah, that people saw the flogging and they took the flogging out of context. Oh my God. So, yeah, so a year after Pope Urban gives a speech, November 1096, the waves of crusaders start flowing through Istanbul, capital of the Byzantine Empire. So they still weren't like in a cohesive force, so they rolled through Constantinople in waves over the course of 6 months.
yeah.
So it comes into play because the first to arrive was Godfrey, who every time like a wave of Crusaders came by, the dude you're talking about, Alexius or whatever,
Yeah.
he would get like whoever was in charge of them, he'd take them in, and he would just shower them with gifts and be like, yo, you're going to do what I want.
help
like,
me out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're going to help me out here. You kind of don't have a, you don't have a choice. And he would give him tons of like military, he promised him military reinforcements. And also he was like, I know how the Seljuk Turks operate because I've been fighting them. So he was like, I'll tell you what you need to do, but like, I'm going to point to cities and you guys are going to do that.
Yeah.
That was a point of contention the whole time because they wanted Jerusalem, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we're here. There was dudes who were really there for religious purposes, and they would just be kind of like, they'd be like, we're going, dude, we're going. We just got to stop at this one. And they're like,
Just stop here. Stop here.
they would get so mad.
Get me all this stuff.
Also, this has actually made me laugh. The deal was also that any cities captured that used to belong to the Byzantine Empire would be handed back to the empire. So like, none of you French, because Alexius thought the French were notoriously, they were spazzes and they were selfish, greedy. He was like, they're selfish, greedy spazzes.
Yeah.
So he was like, I don't want them taking any of this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they would, if they took a city, they would probably just be like, no, this is French now.
That was another one. That was another thing that was going on. And the thing that really like threw Godfrey for a loop is when he came into the room, Alexius didn't give him any kisses, dude. He just sat there like this in a throne. Usually it was a customary to get up and do kisses, and he was like, Alexius gave no kisses,
He didn't kiss.
which kind of like threw Godfrey for a loop where he was like, damn, this dude fucking rules.
Oh, he respected
He
him.
thought it was so regal to be like, he was like looking at like a highborn
Yeah,
lord and
this
just
is
went,
welcome.
and their cities were like unlike anything
Yeah.
they had over like fucking Paris was nothing compared to Constantinople. It was nothing. Like the walls they had around these cities were just fucking nuts.
Yeah, you got goddamn Seljuks outside throwing rocks and
True.
shit at
They had
you.
a reason for them.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder if they probably had some people. Do you think they had any people back then that were against them? The walls?
They were like, tear down the wall.
Tear down these walls.
Borders are bad. It's like we left the door open one night and 10 people got fucking skinned alive, dude. No, we got to get walls.
So over the course of 6 months, every single night basically accepted the same terms. They would just get showered in gifts. I'm like, yeah, well, like any city is yours. Like, they'd be like, they also wanted to be under his banner because they were like, this dude rules. They saw his city. They had like tons of like cool relics and shit. And they were like, dude, like that was a big, relics were a huge deal. So they were like, dude, we'll fight under your banner. They wanted him personally to lead them. So that was like a matter of honor,
Sick.
which he never did. But the Count Raymore of Toulouse,
He wasn't getting up, dude. He wasn't getting up for kisses, and they're like, "We want you to lead us." And
He
like,
was watching. No, he'd be like,
I'll watch.
I'm not gonna be anywhere near, but he was watching.
Yeah.
He comes into play later. But the Count Raymore of Toulouse was the only one who told Alexius to fuck off. This guy was so rich. He was like, bro, I don't give a fuck. He's
Yeah.
like, I'll go do the cities you want me to, but I'll let you know what I decide to do. So he was the only one Alexius couldn't flip, and Alexius was like, whatever, I have enough people. So February 1097, the Crusaders arrive on the shores of Asia Minor and plan to attack Nicaea. And this is what happened. This is why the People's Crusade actually was good, because when they all went down there, so the Sultan of the region that the second wave of Crusaders came into was named Khalij Aslan, and he was the one in charge of like that area that had to smash all the poor guys who walked in there. So when he heard another wave of Crusaders was coming, he was just like, whatever, and he left.
He was like, "Great,
Dude, he was like, he wanted to handle like personal biz in the East. So he was like, I got to go do a land dispute. If these guys come, just fuck them up.
just kill them again."
He's like, I'll be back. But him and all of his boys left, so they got to cross the Bosphorus, which I don't even know what that is, but that was like an area, I guess, between like
That might be Turkey.
Is that what that? Yeah, maybe. But they got to set up a beachhead, so that was a big deal. They got to like set up a good strategic position, completely uncontested, all because those poor idiots led by Peter the Hermit went and died. So that didn't all count to nothing.
The Bosphorus is where you cross to get from. So Istanbul borders Europe and Asia,
Okay.
and the Bosphorus is the strait that separates it.
Yeah, so they got to go across that completely uncontested and set up a beachhead, which I don't know what a beachhead is either, but I was like,
A
that
beachhead?
does sound pretty sick. I'm guessing it's some sort of like,
It's like a landing area.
oh, okay.
It's like you set up kind of like a fort where you can cross.
So they
If I
set
had
up,
to guess,
yep.
it's just what I assume.
So they set up the beachhead. Also, Aslan was the one who had captured Nicaea and was using it for like his personal capital of, whatever his territory was. So May 6, 1097, Crusaders arrive outside of Nicaea, and the town is protected by 3 miles of 30-foot walls with 100 towers, they say.
Damn.
There's 100 battlements or whatever they call them. And the western edge of the city bordered the Ascanian Lake, which fucked them up because they wanted to set up a total blockade. And they couldn't because no matter what, they had like that partial, whatchamacallit. They could get reinforcements with ships, and there was nothing they could do for that. So, hold on, time out. There's a part that says jump to my notes. I think I passed by.
Jump to notes. Jump to notes. We're talking about the Siege of Nicaea. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. But I'm trying to, my pages jumped a couple, because I ran out of time doing it in my computer. All right, here we go. So we crossed the Asia Minor. Cardini, can you pause real quick? Here we go. I got him right now. So Khalij returns to the capital in late spring and just sees the capital. They're talking about Nicaea is surrounded by French forces. That he's like, damn, these guys have like horses and weaponry. Yeah. He's like, damn, I might have fucked up. So he's coming back. He sees her there. He goes, I'm going to launch a surprise attack. I'm going to launch a surprise attack on these dudes. And he probably would have fucked them up. But the secret plot was foiled because the French forces they just captured a Turkish spy who they tortured and threatened with death, and he spilled the beans about the surprise attack. So they knew that Khalij was coming again. He would have, if he surprised them, they said he would have fucked him up. So Khalij attacks. They know he's coming, and they just overwhelm him with their sheer numbers. Because again, they had like 60,000.
He spilled the goddamn beans.
They fucked up. They were ready for him, and they just completely overwhelmed him, ruined the surprise. Khalij has to retreat, and this was like a tremendous blow to the morale of his Muslim troops, because back then the Muslims were like, and they were pretty much like militarily superior on like their strategy was better. They were
especially
better
there,
exactly
especially over there,
exactly for the temps and everything, and that kind of fucked them up because they were like, wait a second, like they didn't think they could lose these guys at all because they just slaughtered like 15,000 of them. So the Crusaders take the dead Muslim dudes, decapitated like hundreds of corpses, put their heads on pikes outside of the walls of Nicaea, and just sat there and just terrorized them. And they were even throwing heads over the wall. They were just being fucking jerks, dude.
They're being fucking
so
dickheads.
Then the Turks then responded by lowering. So they had Christians living within Nicaea, so they started killing their Christian population. You don't really hear about, but they started killing their Christian population.
You don't hear about that too much, but that's all right.
They started lowering down dead Christians on hooks outside of the walls. It's like oh yeah, fuck you. And they let these dead Christians rot outside the walls of their city.
Yeah.
So,
and the Crusaders were like, dude, we don't care.
They got pissed.
We don't even know those guys.
No, they would actually. So when they put the heads on the walls,
we're throwing the heads of your friends back.
The Muslims, they would cry and grit their teeth, but then when they would do it to us, we would cry and get upset too. So we would
not let a gnashing of teeth.
Yeah, we would. Both sides would cry and be like, "Oh, come on, what the fuck." So then the Crusaders are going, all right, so they got we can only do
all right, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
That's
dude.
the line.
Don't do that. Don't lower them down on hooks.
And I think the Muslims technically were punching down at this point.
They were punching down.
Because technologically they're superior. Yeah, so they were still punching down, which the Christians were like, that's not funny.
That's not funny. We're allowed to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's punching up.
So then the Crusaders are going, all right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 2 styles of siege warfare simultaneously. We're going to do a blockade of the north, east, and south to slow their food intake, and we're going to launch siege warfare. We're going to scale the ladders, or we're going to scale the walls with ladders, which the ladders failed instantly.
Yeah.
So they got a 3/4 blockade. That's going well. I'm pretty sure the ladders just got pushed down off the walls. Yeah, that just didn't work at all. So then they try to build
stone. Ladders are hard now. Like a 10-foot ladder in a house is scary.
I'm shaking
it's
with
like
someone.
Metal.
Yeah, dude.
You have like a wooden 80-foot fucking or 30-foot ladder
that they built.
That a guy on top's just gonna. You're gonna get Home Alone right off that thing.
Dude, they would set up, chop down trees, and build siege weaponry right outside of your thing, and you'd be like, "What are they doing?" Like, they're building siege weaponry.
They're trying to build weapons. It's like,
so you'd watch a bunch of like a construction site for like 4 days, put together a ladder, and then just be like, "Get the fuck off!"
Get the hot tar ready. We gotta dump it on morons trying to crawl over.
They were destroying them with that stuff.
Hot tar would be a real negative experience.
So they started to build some stone throwing machines to break the walls, but like there was like pure North Korea missile launch. It was not going anywhere. So then they started to. This was actually kind of sick. They would get these really light ladders and they would set up like distractions on one part of the thing, so that like people started, and then they put up another ladder real quick and start kind of going over and fucking them up. So that was.
I like that walls worked for a long time.
Dude, they were really. I mean, you'd have
walls was just like, all right, we can't beat these guys.
It was over the wall.
We've got a wall.
But if you get a full blockade, you could starve them to death.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people. That's like kind of like that was the most. It's pretty much all they try to do the whole time.
Yeah, siege.
So they're doing that. You know, they're trying to like sneak in and do all that. It was like they were kind of making some headway, but not really. And a lot of the times, the dudes who were like launching these like ladder attacks, like you were saying, it was you were getting. Oh no, that's what they were doing. They started trying to go. So they had the ladders to go up and create a distraction, and then they'd run in and try to like sneak in and kind of disturb parts of the wall by hand. And meanwhile, they were getting their arrows at them, rocks dropped on them, and boiling oil to like just try to like dent the land or dent the whatchamacallit, the walls and fuck them up. And all the whole time they would put like these wooden timber shields over them. So that was the thing they were doing. I'm sorry. They would have one guy putting a ladder up to distract, and then they had this big wooden thing they'd kind of like sneak in under and try to like fuck the wall up, and they would just be dropping rocks and boiling oil on you. So the one they built was called the Fox. That was the one that kind of blocked the oil. So like if we have this wooden thing, it'll just kind of like go off the thing. So they 20 dudes were under it, and it collapsed on them and crushed them. So that was the northern guys, and the southern French guys made a sturdier, like big wooden shield, and they actually started a siege mine where that you start to dig underneath the walls. So like, fuck it, we'll go under the walls. If we can't go over, if we can't break the walls, we'll do a siege mine. And what they would do is that you would dig a hole and then light a fire because you wanted to like find their like underpinnings and burn them out, and then see like if you could get a bunch of earth out from under the walls would part of the walls would crumble. So they go in on June 1st, 1097. They set up their siege mine. They burn their wood, and a section of like the wall actually collapsed in the bottom. They got like a little bit of an opening. The Turks fixed it in one day, bro.
Son of a bitch.
No further progress was made.
Damn it.
No further progress was made. So then the Crusaders chilled for 2 weeks, just being like, I don't know, what do you want to do? But dude, Alexius had been sitting there chilling in the Ascian Lake. No one knew he was there. Small Navy fleet there, just waiting. Here's the west of the city. He'd been kind of watching, observing the siege, kind of like, all right, not too bad. He also sent his top eunuch general, Tacitus, who also had his nose sliced off and wore a golden replica. So he had a eunuch with no nose, no dong, who he was like, you go down there and advise the troops and like kind of help these guys.
Damn.
I'm going to chill up here. And then Alexius.
So he had a complete freak show. He had a they.
Dude, he had a full fucking
He had
they.
a complete they.
He had an absolute creature, dude.
One of the OG theys.
Yep. He had an
Like, sir, what do we do? Actually.
Tacitus. So he sends Tacitus down, but these guys would see him and be like, fuck this dude. He was mythical.
That guy's awesome.
Mythical. So then June 18th, Alexius dispatched his secret flotilla, which is a sick word, of of ships to cut Nicaea off. So he completed the blockade. So now they can actually do the
now they're going to start getting hungry.
Yep. So then as the city gets kind of fully constricted, the Franks launched another land attack on the Turks, and the Turks were like, we give up. They put up the ladders
again.
Uncle. Yeah. So then the emperor, Alexius comes, meets with the French knights, and decides that Antioch is the next target. And he also goes, you guys can keep Tacitus and a small force of Byzantine troops. So Nicaea fell. They took Nicaea in, a few months. And he also kind of like, he sent the Tacitus and his bros nice. And he was like, that's when he started telling them like, dude, this is how you're going to have to cross now like a large strip of desert to go to Constantinople or no, Antioch. He's like, you're going to have to cross like some pretty brutal terrain. Here's how you do it. And like, here's what you do. So that's the start of crossing the Asia Minor. So these guys are all like nice. They're pumped on themselves. So they're still wrestling with a lack of centralized leadership because they're all trying to vie for like who's the top guy, and nobody really got the total glory because none of the Frenchmen were really successful. Southern French were kind of like high on their hog. The Northern guys were like, they stink this whole time.
Yeah.
They don't do anything. So the French guys are kind of like, this is nice, but it was Alexius who came and turned the tides of the war. So that's kind of the big deal right now. It's like, how can we stay as one unified force? And also crossing Asia Minor, they were trying to figure out, they're like, if we stay in one cohesive force, it'll take us forever to cross. Cause I guess it was a kind of like a narrow, there's parts of the roads that were kind of narrow. So they were like, either we're going to split into a bunch of little forces and move quickly, or stay in one big blob of people, which will take too long. So then they decided like, let's just split north and south, half and half. Yeah. That way we're still pretty strong, but we're a little lighter on the feet and we can move. So Khalij Aslan, so they split up. They're like, all right, let's start walking crossing the Asia Minor. The defeated Khalij amasses an army, and he laid in wait for it. Like, he's like, I'm going to fuck these guys up when I see them. Because they retreated back, and they kind of like hung back there. So the first guys to come were the Northerners, and they did that Seljuk Turk warfare where they would encircle.
Just ride around, shoot bows and arrows.
That's
on
what
your
they
horses.
did. Dude, so they circled the Crusaders, and the Crusaders have no fucking clue what's going on. So some of them start to break rank and flee. But I guess Bohemond was with him as well. He was from the southern thing. So Bohemond and Robert somehow got all of their forces to hold their ground in the middle of the siege. They were like, dude, stand your ground. And they just just set up like a little makeshift defensive camp. So they're just getting pelted with arrows for hours. Getting pelted. And they also, the only thing they did to boost morale, they did a whisper down the lane, and they went, stand together, brothers in Christ. And they all just did a, whatchamacallit. Oh, they said, stand fast together, trusting in Christ and the victory of the Holy Cross. Today, may we all gain much booty. That was the thing.
Yes.
That was the thing. They went, may we all gain much booty.
At the end, it was like, Baldwin's mom's a slut.
So then they have this like makeshift kind of defensive camp. The Turks break the ranks and just start fucking going through, killing men, women, and children. And then this is when women started offering themselves up to the fucking Turks. Fully being like, this is like highborn noble wives being like, just take me. I'm like a princess. I'm a European. And they were like, come fuck me. Basically being like giving up the pussy.
Yeah.
They did the honeypot. The bros still held it down despite all of this stuff of like their kids dying, women just being
women immediately being like, well, things are going bad. I should probably fuck the guys who are winning.
Turncoats, yeah.
Disgusting.
Turncoats, dude. So but then the southern force eventually arrives 5 hours into the Turks breaking ranks, and it's just a fucking melee. Southern forces arrive and repel the Turks. You're dealing with 4,000 Christians dead, 3,000 Turks died. And that like makes shit in that little like quick little surprise attack. Khalij gives up at this point because it was technically a loss for the Turks since they were the ones who had to retreat. So the Christians after that battle, that was like their last like military thing that they had to go through. So now they get to pass through Anatolia for a 3-month march. This is the summer of 1097. So after they do that, they get hit with starvation and disease. They actually don't have any water. So 500 people died along with a bunch of oxen, mules, and horses. And then there's dudes walking around with their mouth open trying to catch the mist. And finally, after, however long it took, they found a river and a bunch more people died from drinking too much water. People and animals pigged out on the water and died. And there was another thing too. They have they went into like extensive detail over how many like oxes and mules and horses died. That was like a huge, they almost seemed more concerned about it than people. Cause they were like, dude, it was like losing your whip, dude. These knights had to start walking. They were like, these boots were not made for walking, dude.
They got all that fucking armor and shit.
Yeah. So that kind of fucked them up. Also, at some point during this journey, Godfrey gets attacked by a bear and lives.
Fucking bear attacked him.
This is just to get to the other place.
Yeah.
Baldwin breaks off and heads, he went east towards Syria, and he wants to he was like, fuck you guys, I'm out. I'm setting up my own lordship. But they would be like, we're also going to, he's like, I'm going to help.
Something funny?
What?
8 million horses died in World War I.
Really?
That seems high.
Yeah. I'd have to see the pictures.
I think they're lying.
I'd have to see I mean, they do say practice skepticism to everything you hear.
When I hear that 8 million horses died, I go, that's a lot of
That's
horses.
the scientist in me. I just go, how many of those guys?
Too many.
And they did what? I need proof. I'm a scientist.
Me. I'm sorry.
So this guy, Baldwin, breaks off and he goes, look, I'm going to go check out these other places and set up like my own cities just so I can really help you guys.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking out for you guys.
And he said he was going down to free Armenian Christians from the Turks. So he goes and he starts fucking up like Turkish villages. And the Armenian ruler, his name is Thoros, invites Baldwin to just join with him. And he's like so pumped on Baldwin. He's like, he adopts him as a son. They
Sick.
did this weird like ceremony where they both put on one shirt together. It's like, that's to signify. Yeah, Baldwin is like, gay. This is and then months later, the king was suspiciously murdered. And Baldwin just completely took the whole place over.
What the fuck happened to him? Anyway,
Baldwin,
I'll take over.
He was like, yeah, dude, I'll be your son, and just fucking murdered the guy.
Yeah.
So then he takes control of this like weird kingdom in Armenia, and he was the very first one to start a Latin state of his own in the east. It was named Idea or something. So autumn 1097, the armies of the Crusades regroup in Syria. They're not doing well, and now they have to capture Antioch. So the first one was kind of like, yeah, this is cool. Now they're like genuinely really fucked up.
Yeah, they're on fumes.
They're definitely on fumes.
They're
So
dying.
one of their boys broke off and absolutely came up, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Broke off, and he's like now the king of Armenia. Also, that's tough. That's a tough condition. So Antioch was nestled between the Orontes River and the foot of two different mountains. I think the Romans had actually built it. So it was a 3-mile wall, 60 feet high with 60 towers. That's fun. I mean, the first one was 30 feet. This is 60 feet high. So, but the thing is, and this is what kind of gave them the first Crusades, the Turkish leadership was like, it was nothing but brats. It was all spoiled brats, and they were constantly having power struggles between them. So the city of Antioch was being torn apart by a civil war between two brothers. And they also, for some reason, only had 500 soldiers in the city, which was enough to man the defenses.
The walls of Antioch are fucking cool looking.
It was the Romans, bro. The Romans fucking fortified it. And it just sat there for, however long. And they only had 500 soldiers inside of the walls. So that wasn't, but it was enough to man the defenses, but it was kind of like, it's not the best if they get in there. So there were 6 gates. The Latins set up another partial blockade because they could only do 3 of the 6 gates of the city, and then did the same thing where they try to launch light skirmishes, and they started doing psyops too. The same shit where they were like trying to catapult dead bodies into the walls. So after the first small skirmish, they were like going up, killing people, getting knocked off the ladders or whatever. They took 100 dead Muslims, piked their heads like usual. And at night, the Muslims snuck out to bury the dead people that were up on like the pikes and take their bodies. And the Crusaders noticed this, dug the bodies up, defiled the corpses, and then the Turks got very sad. And then again, the Muslims do a thing of killing Antioch Christians and hanging them over the walls and like threw their heads over with catapults at the Crusaders. The Crusaders get pissed off. And then it's wintertime. And the bros start freezing, dude. So they don't have any food. Yeah, they don't have any food, and like I think 1 out of 5 of the Crusaders died this winter of 1098. So now we're in January, dude. People are eating dogs and rats, animal skins and seeds and grains found in manure, and they're trying to figure out why God is punishing them. Because they're like, they also had like a religious leader. So now that like 1 in 5 people are dying of starvation, they go to the bishop and they're kind of like, dude, what the fuck? Like, make sense of this. Is bullshit. And I think it's your fault. And the bishop literally goes and prays on it. And he goes, guys, it's the women.
It's not my fault.
He says the women. He literally came to the Crusaders. He goes, these women are fucking sinning. So the women have to be, you got to send all your wives back. These guys got to get the fuck out of here. They're fucking it up for everybody. So then, and some people, obviously there's dudes start to desert. People are like, this is bullshit. Peter the Hermit tries to run away. And they catch him by Tancred, by the way. Tancred catches Peter the Hermit and he goes, dude, get the fuck back here. They drag his ass back. They didn't let him desert, which kind of bullshit on
Peter Herman's a
PDH.
bitch.
He's a total fucking pussy. So So they lead two separate. Oh no, actually, so yeah, the two Muslim forces attack them as well during the winter, but the Muslims are repelled. So that kind of rolls. Spring 1098, food and resources arrive. I think the British actually sent them. So so they send English ships with like weapons and all kinds of materials so they can build proper siege weapons. April 1098, the city is okay. So the city they cut even more doors off. They cut more gates off to the city, and they also had some more like support come, and eventually, but then so they're like, all right, we're gonna go pretty good. Oh no, they had the Shiites rolled up. And the Shiites were like, yo, they just came and like checked them out and were like, we got you if you need us. Because that actually worked pretty well.
Yeah.
People say the Franks were barbarians, but they did enough stuff to like send people down, talk to the Shiites, because there was that Sunni Shiite kind of divide. So the Shiites were kind of like, yeah, we'll ride with you guys. Now they're pumped. But then they hear that the Sultan of Baghdad is sending a large force of Antioch, 40,000 Syrian and Mesopotamian troops, which would outnumber the surviving French 2-1. So they catch that news and they literally go, shit.
We gotta hurry.
So they set up an emergency council. So Boema devises a pretty nasty plan because they're like, now it's like they got to get within the walls of the city or they're going to die. So he tells the council of all the other noblemen, he goes, look, what if one of us devises a plan to actually get into the city and like takes it over, could we just say that it's that person's city?
Keepsies.
Yeah, it was Keepsies. Yeah. He calls Keepsies. He's like,
whoever does it.
I'm not saying it's me, but like, would you guys be cool with that? And they were so desperate. They're like, yeah, dude, for sure. So Boema goes, well, now that we've made that deal, I actually have a man. He's got a man on the inside of the city, and he goes, he'll let us inside of the city.
He's gonna open the door.
We don't got to. He'll just let us in.
Like, damn, that's a good plan.
It was really nasty, dude.
Yeah, I could have had these doors open the whole time, but
actually, they did have to do a wall, but he was like, I'll have a designated spot we can just get over stealthily, no problem. So a few nights later, this is what a beast Boema is too, or Boema. He doesn't go over himself either. So he gets a small force of dudes one night. Because dude, if they got caught, they're decimated.
Yeah.
He sends a small force. They put a ladder up against an unmanned section of the wall that dude basically told him like, this is where it's good. And he had his boy, the guy, the inside man, was waiting there to like receive him. So they a small force goes in, sneaks up on tower guards, is like stabbing them, killing them. And then fucking Boema gets a signal, blasts a bugle, and then sends a bunch of more. He's like, just go. Yeah. Sends a bunch of dudes over the wall, and they're all doing the God wills it scream. Nice. God wills it, and they're going over. And then the Christians living in Antioch, like saw what was going on. Up. They rose up. So Rising up, dude. They go They go in, and they literally slaughtered all of them while the sun rose. Slaughtered all the Muslim dudes in there. But there's a citadel on top of the mountain. That remained occupied by the ruler of Antioch. So that dude just kind of sat there in like an untouchable fortress at the very top of a mountain for the time being. And was like, fuck. The next day, Kerboga's 40,000. What time are we at? We're at 1:13. We'll pause. We'll do part two.
No, what happens?
You want to know?
Yeah.
Sick. The next day, Kerboga's 40,000 troops. That next day, 40,000 bros roll up and they surround the city. So now they were hoping the Byzantine Empire would come and save them. But there was a deserter from the French army when shit got really bad. There were a lot of people deserting. He ran into Alexius and was like, "Yo, we're fucked. They're all gonna die. Don't even waste your time over there." So Alexius abandoned them, and having no idea the fortunes changed like overnight, real quick. So this is June 10th, 1098. Kerboga, whatever his name is, Kerboga pours in with all of his forces, and he's doing wave after wave for 4 days. As Boema resists at the eastern walls. And again, more people are starting to desert, but then Boema barricades the gates and he's like, you guys, we're killing anyone who tries to leave. Yeah. Fuck this. June 14th, Kerboga circles the camp and he's really starving them out, and it works really well. So the Crusaders start eating leather straps and like all kinds of weird weeds and shrubs. More people are dying. Morale's at like an all-time fucking low. Yeah. So then that night, a small group of French people led by a peasant visionary, Peter Bartholomew. This is kind of like a Peter the Hermit type. He claimed that a ghost of St. Andrew revealed to him that the spear that pierced Jesus' side was buried in St. Peter's Basilica. So then that day he convinced a bunch of people to go dig in this basilica for hours. And they finally found a small shard of metal that they were like,
this has got to be it.
We found it. Like, we got it. So then Raymur of Toulouse, he was the guy. He was like the head noble on this mission. So he bent down and kissed it, and this was kind of like his thing now because he was like, I'm the nobleman. My mystic guy was the one who found it. So his stock starts rising big time. Because
like, I have the thing that stabbed Jesus.
Yeah, so it's really, the story of this is actually, I'll end with the story of this, which is very funny. So the troops get kind of electrified. They're showing this relic they found. They're like, okay, we're going to turn this around. The girls left. The bishop was right. This fucking rules. But also they didn't do anything right away. So they wait 2 weeks. Then the French forces are going like, dude, we're definitely going to die in here. We need to launch just a suicide mission on Kerboga and all of his forces. Like maybe we can kind of fuck him up and then ask for terms. Basically what they did in that World War I movie. He's like, if we just go nuts, maybe he'll be like, all right. Like, honorable surrender. So I think though they first send out terms. Kerboga goes, no, like I'm going to kill you. You guys are dead. So June 28th, the Crusaders are like, fuck man, fuck. It's like, we got to get out of here and we got to do a death march and attack those guys and just go out like men. So Kerboga's kind of camp. He has a perimeter surrounding the city, starving them. He has all of his forces drawn back, and Kerboga hears it like they open the gates and they're going mad dog. And he could have sent all of his forces in and crushed them instantaneously, but he hesitated because he goes, I kind of want them to come all the way out. Yeah. So then I can I don't want them running back to the city and shutting the gates again. He's like, I want to take them out once and for all. He got impatient. So he's waiting. And it's like they start smashing because they're all charged up with the relic. They start smashing through the lines that were like, I guess, encircling them. Yo, some guy just come outside. So they smash through the ranks that are encircling them. And the Muslim forces start kind of panicking. So they retreat. And then Kerboga goes, fuck it, send all my forces. So the two Muslim forces clash into each other because they're retreating into like an attacking force. They start bumping into each other and they're like, what the fuck's going on? Everyone runs away. And Kerboga just goes, he's so embarrassed that he kind of hesitated and fucked it up that he just fucking flees. They all just left. He was like, this is bullshit.
Fleeing is great. Be like, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck, I fucked up, dude. Let's get the fuck out of here.
So yeah, he left in shame, dude. He retreated. The Crusaders went, and then they went and took the Citadel. So now they're like, all right, cool. We have time. They climbed that mountain. They got that guy out there and like cut his head off, whatever. So his name was Raymur of Aguile. That was the guy. That was the nobleman who paraded the relic around. Now everyone's like, dude, Raymur's the man. So he's en route now to be the dude to like control all of the stuff. But there was still, I think Raymur of Toulouse, the old guy, was kind of like, nah, bro, I'm the man. So now there's this whole thing that happens where they're sitting in the city and they're like, I think Raymur of Toulouse is like, I'm going to keep this city. Fuck this. Fuck Alexius. I did it. He never came and helped us. And they had like a big fight about that. Who's going to control the city? But then like the other soldiers were like, yo, you're messing up my fucking religious points. We got to march on to the next city. Yeah. And they wanted Jerusalem, but they had to go to another, city that was like Alexius' city to take that too. So they're chilling there. They're figuring stuff out. And eventually the guy, I think Raymur of Aguile, starts kind of doing his own little conquest of little cities because they're all following him. Yeah. And then he does like greedy stuff of like taking cities. And then they start threatening, like, we're going to kill you. So they start turning on him. So he's using the guy, Peter Bartholomew, to kind of keep him in line as like the spiritual advisor because they're all pumped on the relic. But then they start figuring out like, dude, this Aguile guy is kind of a dickhead. And eventually he's still doing well though. They like him. But there was a new, so the bishop dies. The guy who told all the girls go home.
All the pussy.
He dies. And then Peter Bartholomew starts going like, I had a vision because that guy was like, Peter Bartholomew was full of shit. Fuck that. Don't listen to him. But there was a big divide in the camp and that guy dies. So Peter Bartholomew goes, oh my God, I had a dream last night and that fucking bishop who used to hate me was actually like really repentant. He's in hell right now. He's sorry for what he said about me. And they were like, holy shit, this dude's the man. Yeah. And then eventually this guy Aguile's rising. It's looking good for him. But Peter Bartholomew wouldn't chill. And he was like, the Lord told me we got to kill like 2,000 of our own men. And so now the soldiers are like, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. And they're like, this guy's a fraud. So now they're like, everything's good. They don't know what's going on. This is before they attack the other city. And so they're like, dude, bullshit. That guy's full of shit. So Peter Bartholomew's like, dude, I'll do a trial by fire. If I get burnt, obviously I'm a liar, but the Lord will save me. So they do like I think it was like I had notes on my phone about it, but it was like a 40-foot long gauntlet of like 11-foot high flames. And he was like, I'll walk through it. When I come out unscathed, we're going to kill like the thousands of people that I think are being kind of like sinful. So apparently he fucking runs through it as fast as he can, screaming. he gets out of the other side and they just beat the shit out of him and kill him. And then there were some people who claimed like he actually was fine, but they kicked his ass. But people were like, dude, fuck him. He came out of it screaming. We beat him to death. And then the guy, Raymore of Aguilera, his political shit just fucking dropped off and you never hear about him ever again. And then I think they're going now they were going to do another city, but because the people are getting so pissed off about people squabbling about cities, I think now they're heading to Jerusalem after Antioch. And that'll be the final battle, which is
Part
just
2.
as nasty. Yeah.
Part 2.
Just as nasty.
Matt, that was great.
Thank you, dude.
That was fun.
But yeah, dude, the Crusades are the best. The Firewalk is so fucking
Firewalk's
funny.
hilarious. Be like, guys, I'm going to come out of this unscathed. All right, here we go.
Kill me. Fucking kill me.
Fucking beat his ass, dude.
They just all close in on him. All the dudes are like, you should kill him. They just waited for him. We're like, fucking beat his ass.
He died.
Nice.
Crusades, dude.
Crusades Part 2.
Wow.
Coming soon.
Yeah, yeah.
Just in time. I gotta drop some coins out of my ass. A Muslim's holding me hostage right now. Well,
Yeah, it was nice.
thank you guys. Thank you,
Finally
Matt.
delivered. Good thing we waited.
We're
dude.
not done yet. That's
No,
only
no,
part
no.
1.
That's part 1. We delivered. Dude, the auxiliary research helps, by the way. You kept apologizing. I'm like, that's not breaking in,
It's
dude.
gonna be me pooping.
You were fucking whatchamacallit? You were a Byzantine flotilla. Every now and again I'd lose my place and you'd fucking waft down to the Ascanian.
Alexios.
They actually killed different Jews too.
Alexios. They just kept killing Jewish people.
Knock it off.
What is
Stop.
that?
Knock it off so I
is
can
going
enjoy
on?
comedy.
Yeah. I try to enjoy comedy, but Richard the fucking Lionheart told London to kill Jewish people. Now you can't even tell jokes
Jeez.
at the Carlos Mencia show. People go, what the fuck was that? I remember what Richard the Lionheart did. We don't want to do that again. That's how it started.
Yeah.
Richard the Lionheart.
Yeah, man.
Well, just all of a sudden somebody cracks a joke and someone's like, yeah, you think that's funny? Watch this. That was funny too, wasn't it? And they go, yeah.
Did you I don't know if this is real, but did you hear there was what was that night called, like Crystal Block or whatever?
Crystal Nacht?
Yeah, they did a Crystal Knock sale, like a big corporation in Germany did a sale thinking they were like fuck Nazis or doing a sale for Crystal Knock, but it came off like really badly. They did like a Crystal Knock it could be a fake. It was like a thing I saw online.
Had to be fake. I mean,
but it was like a
no
tweet.
That's about as short-sighted as it gets.
I know. I don't know if that's real. It might be fake news, but someone sent me that and I started laughing like, dude, if that was honestly like a HR or whatever, like a corporate publicity faux pas, that'd be very funny.
Tonight's Crystal Knocked sale.
Blowout sale, dude.
Yeah. We're going to just break the fucking glass.
We're smashing
We're
these
going to
prices.
smash the front door of our building and you run in and beat the shit out of the owners and take everything.
For 50% off.
Nice. Part 2.
Yeah, coming soon.
Coming soon.
Jerusalem, the final battle.
The final battle of Jerusalem.
And they just, you'll see. And then they write about it for like, dude, it's really funny.
All right.
But either way.
Bye.
Oh, man. Gardini's smacking with
Damn.
authority this week.
Stomach going crazy.
Your belly, my belly's a little questionable right now.
Shot.
What happened?
My belly's shot.
I think there was cheese in those eggs.
There was cheese in those
I
eggs.
tasted it and I liked it, but
My woman prepared us eggs and bacon.
they were delicious. But my belly
Matt
does not
ate my
take.
girlfriend's breakfast.
Dude, I was like, I don't want this if it's yours. Don't get me started, bro.
I can't believe you did that.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna be rude. I was put between a rock and a hard place. I was offered food, but there was cheese, and now I'm saying, I don't eat dairy, so we might both fall ill during this podcast. we might both shit ourselves.
Especially I broke my ankle, dude.
I know, dude. What the hell?
Ow. It was after the extremely long late night. I got out of the Uber and sprained my ankle
Oh, it was a
at
final
like
thing.
7:30 or 8 in the morning.
Oh,
It was so bad, dude. And then my
What-
woman spazzed. She was like, "I'm getting Chris." I was like, "What?"
oh, you could barely walk from your ankle.
No, I got up the steps and I was in bed, and she was like, "I'm getting Chris." I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like she was hammered, so she was like, "Chris needs to take a look at this."
He was gonna.
It's like we needed to call the doctor.
You gotta call a doctor, and I was
We
flushed.
woke up the doctor, I'm like, take a look at this. And he came up and I was like,
He came and put an eye
he
on it.
came up and looked at it and he was like, dude, are you all right? I was like, I was like, I'm fine. I'm just joking around. But for real, I did sprain my ankle and it hurts. But
It's
yes,
big. It's swollen.
It's huge.
Did you roll? Did you roll it? Oh my god, dude!
It's so huge, dude.
Did you roll? How are you gonna? You can't go work out today anyway.
Matt, I gotta pump iron. I haven't worked out in so long.
Do a wheelchair workout.
I'm just gonna, I'll just do arms.
Get a wheelchair.
I'll get a wheelchair.
You should. I mean, you could. You qualify for one. If you flew, it wouldn't be crazy to get a wheelchair.
No, it would not.
You could get a wheelchair right now if you fly, and you go to the front of the line every
Perhaps
time.
I will. I have to fly Thursday.
Get a wheel. They can't ask
Shit,
questions.
what's today?
Tuesday.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was Wednesday.
Yeah, it stinks.
Damn, I gotta fly tomorrow.
Yeah,
Nice.
right.
Today's Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Ooh.
You get a whole
It's
other
a nice
day.
treat. I get to lay down for another 48 hours.
That'll be nice.
Yes, it will.
The rest is necessary.
Although I left my debit card and credit card at a bar on Saturday. So I have to go into the city to get it.
How the fuck did that happen? Your debit and credit.
It ended at the end of the night, ended viciously.
Did you gambit? Where like we like to start a tab? And you
I don't
went,
know what happened. How I called and I was like, did I leave a card there? And they were like, 2. I was like, Jesus Christ.
You left your identity.
What a
there.
loser.
You left your.
What a
Every time they
loser.
say, "Do you want to start a tab?" I say no because I will forget. I'll leave my credit card.
I'm usually pretty good at it, but
I have a credit card that just is in Florida somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Worse,
I still use that credit card. It
I know.
exists. It's on like the beach in Florida. If anyone finds it,
yeah.
have a ball. But yeah, it's at the beach in Florida somewhere. And Brittany's like, you have to close it down. I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
want to
not
reset.
typing, yeah.
Because then it's like I have to remember my like Apple password to do. It's like, dude, no way. What's done is done.
Yeah.
I'm done. If I have to there's like 3 passwords. If I have to reset, I'll never do it.
Yeah.
I'll fall into ruin.
That's
can't
what
do
I
it.
said. With this, I thought it was my one debit card, and I have another one. I was
Yeah.
going to call the bar and just be like, can you throw that out? just rip it in half. I have another one. Because I'm not coming into the city just to get 2 cards at a sad bar.
See, can you send an Uber to do that? Like, yo, call an
I think
Uber
you
when he
can-
comes to
I
pick
think
you
you
up. Be
can-
like, Grand Theft Auto mission. Be like, bro,
I think you can. I think there's a job like you can do that.
task
right?
rabbit.
Task rabbit.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's
what I'm
not
saying.
bad. It'll cost so much money.
It
to
costs like
Uber
two-
there and back.
I know.
That'll be $100.
I've always wanted to do that with Ubers. Like, if I want to send something to my boy, just be like, yo, here's an envelope. It's for my boy. Just drop this
Yeah.
off at this house and let him come
Send
get
letters.
it.
That
I was going
way.
to send ounces of weed like that to people a long time ago. Don't open this. It has to go to my friend.
Yeah, don't get pulled over.
And yeah, maybe if you get pulled over, it's not it's on yours.
Yes.
It's on you. I thought about that for a
Broke
while.
my ankle.
Send an ounce of weed to your boy in an Uber is nice.
Yeah. Yes. Good
Or-
stuff this weekend, huh?
Dude.
That was fun.
Unbelievable.
That was awesome. Thanks to guys. Thanks to everybody that came out to town hall. That was a magical 2 nights. Felt really nice.
That was something else.
Yeah.
I was telling you, when you have the attention of 1,500 people, it's pretty nice.
Pretty scary.
It's very nice, yeah.
Yeah, when they get quiet and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, they're all
And
listening.
you're like, that was a good point I just made.
Yeah, I guess I am kind of a fucking genius. Now that I think about it.
Second show I thought was going to be my demise, dude.
The second show was great.
It was fun. It was great.
It's
But
funny, both of us thought we didn't do as well. It's just because we weren't as nervous.
I think so. It
First
might have
show,
been
I was
what it
nervous.
was.
Friday, I was nervous.
Saturday, I hit a point where I was like, I literally thought I had an internal monologue. My internal monologue was against me on Saturday. Friday, it was with me. For
Yeah.
some reason, my internal monologue turned against me.
It is.
In the dead middle. There was there was a joke I just didn't do that I usually do. I skipped it, and then my mind went into like something's wrong. Like I'm missing something, and I just instantly went into
Yeah.
different stuff. In my brain, I paused, being like, "Where do I go from here?" My brain goes, "Dude, what if you totally just melted down right now and had to be like taken off a stage?" And I had to be like, "No, shut up, dude.
Yeah.
None for all these fucking people."
Skipping a bit sucks. I've done it.
Dude.
I've skipped a bit and then been like, I can still do it. And then you realize it like requires a tag from just a second ago.
This happened to me when the first time when I auditioned to like host at Helium years ago, eons ago. I did this where I told half a joke, didn't tell the punchline, told another joke, and then went back and tried to like force the punchline from a joke and a half ago on the crowd, and then went, for like 30 seconds, and then it was like, and it went into my. I thought that was going to happen in front of all those people.
I used to do it with
God damn it.
Too Deep in the Pussy and Jackie Robinson. I would forget to tell Too Deep in the Pussy, and then just randomly at the end of the Jackie Robinson, be like, "You don't want to go too deep in the pussy." People were like, "What the fuck?" I'd be like,
I did that.
And then sometimes you do it, and you don't even know you didn't set it up. So you're like, "Oh, okay. What's your guys' fucking problem? That joke usually kills.
Dude,
you guys suck."
I started out that way because usually I say I'm both tired and horny as a parent. I didn't say that. I was like, I don't know. After the show, I'm going to collapse into a puddle of cum. and everyone looked. I had 1,500 people be like, "Why did he just say that?"
Why
And
did
I
you
was
say
like,
it at the end?
"Oh, I didn't say the first part. Oh, dude, fuck, shit. I'm sorry, Shane."
No, it made me. When you were on, I was back there with Butterly, and I was like, "It's great, dude. It's great just seeing Matt in front of a theater. It's just espousing insane statements, and just a whole crowd."
Well, the worst
like,
part, you're like, "You want to come to New York?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll do a show there. What's it called?" And you told me the place. And I Googled it, went, "Oh boy."
yeah,
That seems like a large place.
it was a big one. It's nice to see.
I was like, "Oh, that's a." I was like, "Shane, why are the seats red in there? Is that a
Yeah, that's
theater?
not a good sign.
Is that a theater?"
Why is there a chandelier where we're performing?
Do you think they'll like my travel buddies hoodie?
I will say though, the green room before shows, I get very stressed
Yeah.
when there's that many people.
Well, Friday there was nobody there.
Yeah, that was nice.
Chill zone. But
And then Saturday, all the bros, all the Jays.
yeah,
The Jays assembled.
it's intimidating, dude.
Having fucking 20 Jewish people. Yeah. 20 Jewish people in your green room, just like, "You're so great.
They're friendly bunch. But,
Unbelievable. You're a genius. Yes."
I mean, they're like walking talismans of success. So
Yeah.
you have to look at
Yeah,
them and be
true.
like, "Don't be weird. Don't be weird."
and they're sharp dressed.
Yeah.
Cool. They're
But
very-
laid back too.
Yeah, they're laid back. They're in the cut.
I mean, I think they should wear tuxedos. It should be like
Yes.
their trash man suit, like instead of like a one piece jumper, they should wear tuxedos. And just be like, "Come here."
Yes. And my agent now, he cut his hair. He looks like a 12-year-old.
He did look young.
He's a young boy.
He did. It was pretty hot, actually.
How he looks? Yeah. I like the
kind
way
of-
he looks.
Yeah, I
And he's
like
small. I'd like to get my paws on him.
I want to cheat on him. I want to cheat on
I
my
wanna
wife
get
with
him.
him.
Yeah, it was a
How
really
much of a
nice
mess
time.
would your life become if you had sex with your agent?
If I fucked my agent?
How much of it had to have happened in showbiz?
Certainly.
Just a dude just fucking his male
It
agent.
happens to child stars.
Oh yeah,
nonstop.
True.
I think if I got so inebriated that I fucked my agent, yeah, that would be
That is a blood pack.
that
though.
would be rehab.
or
I'd be
the-
gone for a
or
month.
Truly the top. That's a blood pack now. Now you have a skull and bones arrangement where it's like,
True.
dude,
Yeah.
get me in the next war movie, or I'm telling everybody I fucked
I
you.
should be in a war movie.
Get me next to LaBouffe, dude.
True.
Or I'll tell everyone.
Or I'm gonna fuck you in the ass again, like I did after the town hall show. When I said, "Come here, we need to talk business." Fucking,
Fuck you.
I grabbed you and ripped your pants off. Yeah, it was good. Everything was good.
It was
That
truly
was
a blast.
pretty
That was
neat.
That was a nice time.
And then Matt and I went to the SNL after party.
That was so fun.
It's nice. The SNL after party was nice.
Yeah, that was I was curious, dude. I was curious to see
That's
what
what
it
it
was all
looks like,
about.
dude. It's a dungeon.
It was.
It's like wet.
Yeah.
It's always dark. It's always like there's always like it's not lighting. It's always like red lighting or like
Well, the entrance is guarded by ladies who are being friendly mean. Who are like, oh yeah, okay, can I see your name? Like, your name's not on here. That's weird. I'm like, just give me a second. I'll call my friend. And I had to stand there.
Also, I wasn't on the list, so I walked out like, yeah, he's with me. They're like, what? Who is that guy? Who the fuck was that?
They're friendly mean, dude.
Yeah.
They guard those places, being like, oh, that's so weird.
All you have to do is have
Who are you again?
supreme confidence. You just come out and go, he's with me, and then you turn around and walk back in.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't want to offend whoever that was.
Dude, literally, it
He
worked.
seemed confident.
They went like, oh my God, I'm sorry. And I was like,
oh, that was somebody important.
you okay? Yeah,
There's
it's
so many
very,
important people here. I don't want to offend one.
it's the only thing you do is you have to guard the place. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, isn't there? Like,
Yes.
Get right in there. Just
Yeah.
give it. Could you wait out here? I was like, I'll wait.
Hold tight for a second. I'm gonna be.
Yeah, true. Yeah, they don't know. I could be.
Yes.
I could be like a like a grizzled child star. They just haven't.
One
like,
time, Kanye came to the stand, and he showed up by himself. And I think it was Joe. I forget which one it was. There was a manager at the stand that was like, "No, they couldn't." He walked it by himself at like 2 a.m. to an after party, and he was wearing like a hood. He was wearing a Kanye outfit. He literally
did he do the sock thing?
He was wearing like a mask because I think it was during COVID, and he looked like a homeless guy.
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, absolutely not." And then he like took his hood off, and they were like, "Please come inside. We're so sorry." Yeah, it's pretty funny. Can you just wait out here for a second? We're gonna find out. I'm Kanye West. All right, sorry about that.
I'm gonna start physically barging through those. Next time that situation
sprint
happens,
through.
I'm going physical.
But there is always a bounce.
There was two huge Steven Seagals,
always
dude.
bouncers, dude.
Yeah, it was two friendly mean ladies and like Steven ponytailed, jacked opera singer martial artists that I was
that
like,
are gonna fuck you up.
if I could just maybe just
Mike Allstott, take a fullback dive up the middle. All you have to do is pass the threshold. It's the goal line. Just extend the
if I
ball.
break the plane, it'd be nice to do just give a slow wedge. You're like, no, get up. Is anybody gonna help?
Yeah, they would rip you apart.
They would beat my ass,
Yeah,
dude.
that's their job. Their job's there for just in case a dude tries to all stop. Just lower the shoulder. They're like, "No, you can't get in. You can't meet the cast." I just want to shake hands with a cast member. Get your fucking hands off me.
I just want to sign my hoodie.
Yeah, that was.
I should have went in there and spazzed on anyone I know and be like, "Oh, fucking
Dude, Bun B was there. It was crazy.
I
Bun
know.
B.
I kept trying to cite him.
Yeah.
Dude. And my thing was, I got wobbled when I left because the dude who might have been CeeLo Green, I was like, is there another fat black dude with a high pitched voice? Because I saw him outside and I was like, that
You
might
did
not
call
be
that
him.
was CeeLo.
It might not have been him.
I think it was just a black dude in a green suit.
I think so. I think there was I was like, is there another fat black dude with a high pitched voice? And that like
Yeah.
kind of wobbled me. So I was outside and I was like, I might have tricked myself. I might have just
You were like, all the A-listers are here. CeeLo's probably here. CeeLo's definitely here. There's no way CeeLo's not at this party.
I didn't see him, but
It's funny, yeah.
it's kind of like Comic-Con basically.
It's
You
very
get
odd.
to go to Comic-Con for free.
It's very odd.
And be like,
Yeah, you go, "Oh shit, that's that guy, dude.
fuck, I'll go get
I should
fucking
go say hi
I'll
to
go
him,
fucking-
dude. I'm gonna go say hi." And then you walk up and go, "Put her there, Bun B."
My escape was nice though, dude. The hotel room. I had my whole family in a hotel room, and I deposited the babe. Put pennies over her eyes, dude. And I was like, I'll see you later.
She crossed the river Styx.
Put the pennies on her eyes, and I was like, I'll be back later.
Yes.
It was-
What's the boatsman name in the river Styx? It's not Hades. Hades is the place.
Who's the guy who
No,
takes
Hades
you?
is a god.
Who's the guy who
right?
takes you? Yeah,
Who's the boatman?
Pluto.
I like to guess.
I forget.
River
Who,
Styx boatman.
who is the person who takes you across? Charon.
Never would have guessed Charon.
No. What's Pluto? Is Pluto something to do with the realm of like death? I thought it was, but I don't know. Either way. Yeah,
I
true.
don't even know which one Styx
I am
is.
a Roman amongst Greeks right now.
You're Greek.
I am.
You pedophile.
True.
Roman, dude.
Huh?
Sack of wine.
You're saying I'm more Greek, you're more Roman?
I would say I'm more Roman.
I'll take that.
There's a funny meme that makes me laugh. It's like weed and mushroom civilizations, and it's like huts. It's like alcoholic fucking civilizations. It's just Rome.
I mean, it's funny you bring that up. That's the one book I'm reading, 6 Beverages That Changed the World. I mean, I only listened to half, and I should have done better and listened to like 2 hours on the way up, but I was bullshitting. But dude, the invention of beer is sick as fuck. It was enough where I called my brother, and I was like, dude, like, how hard is it to brew beer? And I know I was in my head, I'm like, you're not gonna brew beer, dude.
You should start brewing beer.
I got in a bug. I'm like, yo, is it like, could I just like brew myself a 6-pack?
Dude, have you ever had someone's fucking brewed
It's
beer?
always
It is
except
disgusting.
We have it's my cousin's husband. He's been doing it now for I think like 15 years. He's nasty.
Oh, really?
But every other time someone's giving me
Yeah.
beer, they're literally handing you piss in a bottle, and you
Piss
have
in
to
a
be
glass,
like,
fucking disgusting bottle. They're like, yeah, I got a brew kit last year for
Oh,
Christmas.
Dude, it's the worst.
This is my first one. It's
they're
like,
a
oh,
menace,
nice.
dude. They're truly
It's
a
like
menace.
fucking 90% alcohol. It's like, just you go blind.
But yeah, I was listening to like how I had such a fucking it sounds so dumb, but I like listening to it, I realized how sick beer is. I'm like, beer is sick.
Yeah. I mean, the anxiety post hangover is what drives civilization. You
Yeah.
wake up, you go, I got to do something.
I gotta get something done.
I've got to become great.
Dude,
'Cause-
I explained that to my cousin one time, and he just kind of looked at me like I was the biggest dickhead in the world.
What do you mean?
A long time ago, I was like, yeah, something about, we're talking about like, this was like before I was in college, or I might have just been in college. And I was like, yeah, dude, I was like smoking a lot of weed, obviously, at the time. And then I started drinking a lot more. And I was like, yeah, something about like, if I'm drinking a lot, I wake up and I'm like, I didn't realize even what anxiety was. I just like feel energized and I want to get stuff done. And he just kind of looked at me and was like, cool, dude. And I was like,
Yeah.
fuck.
I am
Fucking
jealous.
said something dumb to my older cousin.
I'll
Shit.
never live this down. I'm always jealous of the dudes who don't get hangover anxiety.
Yeah, no.
There's guys that just are like, yeah, last night was crazy.
Yeah,
that
but
was fun.
is that good though? To not get the hangover anxiety?
No,
You know what
probably
I mean?
not. But
That's your higher essence, dude.
I am jealous of the people that are like, that was fun.
Stone people.
I can almost never do that,
They're called wooden people.
even if it's a great night. Yeah.
Called wooden people, dude.
Yeah, it requires it. It has to be a true. Like Saturday was fun. Saturday was fun.
Oh, dude.
Stayed out too late, rolled my ankle, and that'll be the last SNL after party for a very long time.
Yeah.
Those are never good.
Well, you could get hurt. You could hurt
I
yourself.
got hurt.
You could
I
hurt
got
yourself.
really
dude.
hurt.
You stayed up too late and you hurt yourself. That could happen.
You need to go to bed.
I did drive home, dude. I was fucking.
Oh my god.
I pulled the plug at 4 in the, but I was actually, dude, I don't know how. That night I munched a whole chocolate bar. A whole dark chocolate. Usually I have like little squares.
Yeah, that'll wake you up.
I partied, dude.
It was party time. You had
I
a
did
chocolate bar.
cocoa, dude. I basically did cocoa.
Yeah. Some people were really doing cocoa.
Some people
but
really
you
were.
were eating an entire dark
I ate a
chocolate.
whole dark
you ate a
chocolate.
dark chocolate candy bar at the SNL after party?
No, I
dude?
ate a
What are
whole-
you nuts?
I ate it before.
You can OD, dude. You can be
during
like
the show.
Belushi, dude.
That's
You're crazy.
I'm basically Farley, dude. Dude, I ate it before. That's why my fucking inner monologue turned on me.
Yeah.
I ate like the half of a 70% chocolate bar, and then ate the other three. I was like, "What's the point?" Afterwards, and ate the other 3/4, and just I was up. You hit me up at like 3 a.m, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm up." I was wide awake.
Yeah.
That's how
I was
sensitive.
surprised you were awake. Yeah.
I'm a sensitive instrument, dude.
It just reminds me before I get, speaking of Farley, we were talking about Adam Egget came over on Sunday and we went and watched some football. We're telling funny stories. He was telling me a story about, I forget the guy's name, so I'm going to fuck it up, but the guy who I think co-wrote Dirty Work with
Nice.
Norm, but he said he worked at SNL and Rodney Dangerfield was hosting and he was like, I got a joke. I'm going to run it past Rodney. And he was like, all right, there's two gay guys and they're going to play hide and seek together. And the guy goes, let's play hide. One gay guy says to the other gay guy, he goes, let's play hide and seek. And if you find me, you can fuck me. I'll be behind the couch. And Rodney goes, he's like, I got to tell you, kid, I'm not a big fan of jokes. Just stonewalled him.
What?
But he knew it. I mean, that joke's incredible.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Be behind the couch. If you find me, you can fuck me. I'll be behind the couch. I was like, dude, how do you even how does somebody come up with a street joke?
It's
That's
crazy.
genius.
I
It's
honestly,
like a weird level of genius. It's like,
I get tripped up thinking about whoever came up with those things. Where I'm like, it's the same thing. I'm like, dude, did anyone ever even come up with those things? Or have they just been floating around?
yeah.
It's crazy to think someone made that up.
Yeah.
Like even like little Johnny jokes. I'm always like,
What's a little Johnny joke?
there's like a whole
What's
genre.
a little Johnny joke?
You ever heard a little Johnny joke?
No.
There's a whole genre of street jokes of like little Johnny who says something very inappropriate to a teacher.
Do you have one that you remember?
Can you Google a little? There's like a. I can't remember any of them, but it's
Yeah.
always him like saying something very inappropriate to a teacher. If you can find one, Gardini, that would be fantastic.
It's always
That-
hard to remember street jokes. Can you
We don't.
read a little Johnny joke into the microphone for us, Sean?
You have a good cadence for
You have
a nice
great
little
cadence
Johnny.
for a street joke.
Thanks, guys.
What did the chicken say to the?
What you got?
I'm trying to find a good one. There's a lot of ones that
Just rip them. We're just
Any
give
of them, dude.
they're really look how long they are.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Build it
All
up.
I'll give you a long one. Finding out one of her students. Finding
All right,
one
here,
of her.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you read it? We'll talk, and when you're ready to tell the joke, give it a read through for
Okay.
a minute or two.
Sorry, Sean.
Okay.
That's what you're trying to do. I stopped you. Made you show your ass,
But yes, what else is going on?
dude. Oh, let me. So I'm listening to that on the way up, and dude, did you ever get into like when they discovered how they discovered beer?
No.
It's actually really sick. It was from hunter gatherer. It's like it was
it
tied
like
to the dawn
burying-
of civilization.
Burying like the shit they've gathered and then it fermented.
Sort of, it's kind of like that, where they were like just hunting and moving around, and there was wild grains. So every now and again they'd cut some of them off. So like, if we keep this on us, if like it just prevents us from all dying of
Yeah.
starvation. So they started keeping the grains on them. Like, this is nice, and they started being like, "Yo, let's just stay by the grains." So that's where the villages started popping up.
Yeah.
Pretty standard stuff. But then in order to store them, like you were saying, they dug holes in the ground, or sometimes they would like hollow out tree stumps.
Yeah.
So you'd have that shit just sitting in there. Then it would, if it like
Would
rain or
rain,
something,
yeah.
they would get wet, and then the grains sprout, and that like creates sugar. So they're like, dude, this rules. So they like eat the sugar, from
Oh,
the grain.
man.
Like, this is like crazy. And they had no idea what was going on. This is
Of
like
course.
otherworldly shit. And then if they would make these like basically bowls of oatmeal that would sit out for like 3 days, and they'd be like, and they'd sip it 3 days later,
And be like,
and it'd be
"You
bubble.
fucking bitch.
Literally.
Just eat some oatmeal and be like, you've been a fucking dickhead.
That's literally how it started. That was
You think
beer.
you're fucking better than me?
It was just oatmeal. Just it would get fermented, and they'd be
Yeah.
they would sip it out of like a fucking turtle shell, and then be like, "Yeah, fucking bitch, dude, pussy. You've been such a fucking pussy."
Dude, you're such a pussy.
But yeah, then they started getting like real into it, and then there was guys that would carry around these big tubs because there was like fermenting tubs, and they didn't realize that like the yeast would like start like living in the tub. But they're like, for some reason, when I used they'd obviously attribute it to
it was
themselves.
magic. I'm
Yeah,
magic.
they'd be like, I'm magic. And they would just, these dudes would luck around big tubs and be constantly mixing up drinks. And they did have light beer.
What?
They did have light beer in Egypt.
Fuck
They had
yeah.
they have like these
I
cuneiform
knew the
tablets.
Egyptians were onto something.
Dude, they had light beer back then.
Yes.
So they had these cuneiform tablets of like all the different recipes. And they had like sick names too. This
That
would be
does
like,
settle it. The Egyptians were white.
yeah.
That settles it. That's pretty great.
Yeah, I was pretty pumped on that. And I was like, dude, and so you would take like you'd have like the shell or some sort of bowl, and you and your friend would put straws in it because like they had like so much shit floating in it.
Of course.
So they had to you'd sit there with your boy and sip straws.
Damn, they had straws?
Yeah, dude. They would sit there with straws. This
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
I think 600 BC.
Yeah. You got to watch Ancient Apocalypse.
Oh, I heard.
Graham Hancock.
Dude, you told me about
That's
it.
his
My brother
name,
told me
right?
about
Graham
it. Yeah, yeah.
Hancock.
Good.
Turns out civilizations are old. Older than we
Really?
think, perhaps.
Really?
But are they?
Oh,
Who
does it-
knows?
We never find
It's
out.
got a hint of ancient aliens.
Does it?
Yeah, because there's nothing really to film.
Yeah.
So they just film Graham Hancock just walking and staring at things. It's pretty funny. Once you realize that's the formula of the show, it kind of ruins the show because it's just Graham Hancock like on a cliff, like
This
that's it.
looks old.
there's something peculiar about the bluffs on this river. Perhaps the river was bigger than they think it was. Maybe we've been here for 10,000 years longer. Who knows?
I know.
It's like, all right, God
That's such
damn
a
it.
sick thing because they're like, well, dude, Hoss was hitting me with climate stuff recently.
Nice.
And he was hitting me with like he's like, they radioactively carbon date the thing. And then the earth's been cold and hot like 20 times over. And the way the river froze. And it's like, dude.
Whatever you got to do to keep. Yeah, it's funny
Yes.
that the big oil is so good at,
Yeah.
They the way they trick us, the whites,
Mm-hmm.
is to be like, it's actually a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Big
Dude.
oil's not that bad.
Well, get this, dude. Did you know we're currently in an ice age?
No.
Technically, if we have ice caps on both sides, we're in an ice age.
Oh, okay.
So we're in an ice age right now, and the idea is that those things have melted and refroze 100 times, and that when they melt, like the Antarctica and all that stuff becomes
Yeah.
the Fertile Crescent. Then we'd have to migrate up there.
Ooh,
and
is that
freezes
why
over.
there's? What's the name of the civilization in Antarctica?
I don't know. I've never heard of it.
War Mode talks about it.
Oh,
Not Tartar. It might be Tartaria. Tartaria. I don't know. what
Not
the fuck
Atlantis.
it is. I don't know. Apparently, they said there's a big hole in the ground
Oh,
in Antarctica,
yeah.
and the giants live in the hole in the ground in Antarctica.
Yeah, climate science is such a sick thing to get into.
Yeah, especially with zero science.
I
just
mean,
fully,
carbon dioxide, 50 years ago, carbon dioxide was at like 300 parts per million. Now it's at like 415 parts per million. You're telling me that's responsible?
Yeah, you tell me it's our fault? It's not. Anyway, there's aliens under the ground in there.
Possibly. Yeah, it's a sick piece of knowledge. You're like, we're in an ice age, right? People are like, what? It's like, yeah, dude, we're in an ice age.
This episode of Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast is brought to you by Hamilton Devices. This is a Hamilton device. Thank you, Hamilton Devices, for sponsoring the show. Innovators in vape technology. They make so many good vapes. The Starship vape, which is like a bunch of vapes in one. The Gamer vape, which is a vape that you can use hands-free in case you want to like masturbate and smoke weed at the same time. And they even have vapes that look like old-timey tobacco pipes, like this one. Go to HamiltonDevices.com and use code DRENCHED30 for 30% off. Buyers must be 21 or older. That's HamiltonDevices.com and use code DRENCHED30 for 30% off. Manscaped. This Thanksgiving, be sure to shave all of the hair off of your tiny little penis before dinner. This way, you can bust out your perfectly shaved genitals, your cherubic penis and testicles. You can bust them out on your family and say, wah, baby wants some mashed potatoes, wah, baby wants some cranberry sauce. And you can go pee-pee on the table. Manscaped. This holiday season, I'll be giving thanks to our friends over at Manscaped by presenting them with my tiny little penis that's perfectly shaved. Manscaped is making sure you have everything you need to stay fresh below the equator. I'll tell you, I love Manscaped, and so do Matt and Shane from Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. Manscaped's Performance Package 4.0 has got it all. The Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer and Weed Whacker nose, ear, and hair trimmer. And it features skin-safe technology to protect your holes. And guess what? They're waterproof too. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code DRENCHED at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code DRENCHED at manscaped.com. Be thankful this holiday season for the best gift of all from Manscaped. Your tiny little balls and penis will thank you.
Hancock was onto some good stuff, though.
What was he saying?
He was saying that he thinks an asteroid or meteor or whatever hits the Earth, meteor, hit the ice cap. That's why we can't find it. And it caused all that ice to melt like that. And it caused the great floods that are in every civilization's mythology.
Really?
Yeah. And that's why it destroyed all these civilizations. It's
That
pretty
were
neat.
around 10,000 years before.
That were around longer than we assumed.
So what's the connecting dot to like the ones that got destroyed and then us? Like we just people escaped.
I don't know. It was always like, how did they build these pyramids? You know,
Yeah.
shit like that. They're like, if you look, these pyramids are older than they say. The so-called experts. He hates archaeologists.
He calls them so-called
He's like,
experts.
these guys think they're so fucking smart. I know.
That is sick though to be like.
He's
I
like,
think,
I'm not an archaeologist. I never got a degree in this. But listen up.
What's his credentials? What does he do?
I don't know. He does look. He brings up some good fucking points.
He does.
I am being cynical.
Yeah, for sure. But there are dudes.
But that's just me. That's because I've got a bachelor's degree in history.
Oh,
So when I see a guy like Graham Hancock, he comes at the intelligentsia like myself.
Yeah, you're in an ivory tower.
I'm up there saying, Graham, good luck with that. I'd like to see your citations.
Graham, is this MLA style
Is this
or
Chicago
APA?
style deep dish?
I was thinking about this the other day. Whenever I was in school, even when I went back as an adult, I don't think I've ever used a real source in a paper. I always make up sources. I just Wikipedia,
Yeah.
and then I just make up a source.
Yeah.
Every single time.
It's a good move.
I've never once, dude. Anytime they're like, well, it's not APA style, I'm like, just deduct the points for not doing APA. I refuse to fucking read. And
fuck it then.
do I put a period here or there? Like, does it really fucking matter?
No, it does not.
That was my thing. It's like, what if I don't want to use sources? What if this is all coming from me? Why aren't I a source?
Yeah.
Why do I need 3?
How did they come up with it?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, that shit pissed me off so bad. It's like I would just never use it. I would just write stuff, and then be like, Wikipedia, and then you go to the bottom of the Wikipedia sources, and I just claim that as my source.
freestyle history papers.
Make it up.
Yeah.
I just give my ideas, and I go, and Wikipedia, the subject, there's something.
It's from that book.
Because they have their sources in Wikipedia, so then I use Wikipedia. I just, rather than being Wikipedia is my source, I say the source that gave to Wikipedia is my source.
That's fair.
Never use sources, bro.
Never use a source.
I've hated that since I was a kid. It's like, so you're gonna make me just inject 3 different dudes for no fucking reason into my paper? It's like, what if my logic stands by itself? Why do I need 3 fucking things that I'm gonna just? But it is nice for the word count. If you're sweating a word count, you hit them with a nice block quotation. You're like, there's 250 words.
Sorry.
You're good.
I was checking texts.
Getting a
There's
good
supposed
text.
to be a press release today
Really?
about me, and it's gonna probably result in some old quotes.
What? Oh, for the tour? For the tour?
Not yet.
You think your enemies are going to look it up?
I think
and
my
say-
enemies are gonna go. Don't let him back in.
They can't touch the shows, though. They try.
Yeah,
Your live shows are your live shows.
they can't touch the live shows.
Yeah.
But if it's cool shows on TV or something,
They'll start. Oh, I see.
I think they can
yeah,
say,
yeah.
"You fucking pieces of shit." This guy's a.
Let them squabble, dude.
I know.
Let them squabble
But
and the
sometimes
chips
it hurts.
fall where
It
they
makes
may.
me feel bad because they publish that I'm a bad person.
Yeah, that stinks.
That makes me feel bad.
No, that's
There's
understandable.
literally a written article. It's like, this guy sucks. Playing Xbox.
Yeah, it's just the 8
Turns
wins.
out my inner monologue's right.
You got to ignore all the 8 wins, dude. Just let them blow over you. Just fucking. Hey, maybe I'm a dickhead today. Tomorrow I'll be the man. It's
It is what it is.
truly irrelevant. I mean, it does suck. Reading something that's your words, then be like, this guy sucks. And you're like, I was kidding, but
I was joking.
I was just messing around. Yeah, that's
It'll be
got to be
okay.
anxiety inducing.
Nonstop.
Yeah,
Podcasts give me so much anxiety now.
it makes sense.
That's all I think about.
Just
Not
pod-
all I think about, but I think about it a lot. I'm like, oh, fuck, I said this about this person. They're going to be so fucking pissed.
Yeah,
No one ever cares.
no,
But
or it's just kind of like, yeah, I don't think people give a fuck.
no one does.
It's only this most slithery of creatures. That is the most slithery of creatures going around and fucking sifting through They're like old gold miners, sifting through podcasts. Like, there's one.
Jackpot.
There's one.
Jackpot.
There's
Nice.
gold in these parts. They do a 49er dance.
Yeah, that's their plot.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, I don't know.
I'll be all right.
For sure. I mean, dude, you're fucking. What
I'll be
strong would you
okay.
say? What hashtag strong would you say? Would you say you're Jersey strong by this point? Or would you say
I
you're
would
more
say
Florida
I'm-
strong? Are you Florida strong?
I'm Florida strong.
Nice.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I get crushed by a hurricane. No one cares or talks about it. I'm just like, Florida's
People are actually quite happy
Florida's
to see that
crazy.
it happened. Yeah, people are happy that it happened. Fucking idiots.
Yeah, that's what they get for living there.
Yeah.
They should live where we live. Michigan. A shithole.
Yeah, it is
No,
unfortunate.
Michigan's beautiful.
People are fighting for like some weird territory right now. No one's really even thinking about it like that.
Yeah. Are they are still going.
People are fighting
They're
for
still going.
People are fighting for the internet right now.
Yeah.
Elon Musk's Twitter.
I don't know if anything bothers me more than people shitting on Elon Musk.
Dude, it fucking pisses me off.
It's so fucking. Look, I'm not saying you shouldn't make fun of Elon Musk, but like that it's become like a polarizing. Like the left is like, oh, we're gonna have to pay to be verified now. Fuck you. It's like, what do you care, you psycho?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
What if the money
Why
goes
do you
to support?
all? It's like, do you all really feel strongly about it, or did one person that you all follow say it?
Yeah, dude. I had people spasm me yesterday when I posted the NPR article about Chappelle. And it was like Dave Chappelle.
Oh, that was a nice little tweet.
Thank you, man. People started going, it's implied that it's an opinion. It's like, no, dude. When they do opinions in the news, they say opinion. Dave Chappelle disappoints. That way, it's not representing it as like an idea that like they're telling people how to think.
Yeah.
So when you say Dave Chappelle disappoints, you're stating it as an objective
By the way,
fact
I watched
rather than
it.
opinion.
I watched the monologue. It was great.
I know it was. When I saw that, I went, I bet it was good because literally Pussy Central, sorry.
Really pussies.
NPR,
it actually
Pussy
is
Central.
Pussy Central, dude.
Pussy Central breaking news.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good. It actually disappointed me.
Dude, it disappoints. And it's like I didn't respond to this guy, but my whole thing was like, he's like, it's implied that it's an individual's opinion. It's like, no, then when it's an opinion piece, they say opinion. Dave Chappelle disappoints. This is why I think that. You represent it as an objective fact, and there's enough people in the world who go, okay, I got the signal. I didn't like the way Dave Chappelle did the thing. Or
I didn't like it.
I heard he actually was, and they won't look into it any further. And it's like, they shouldn't be allowed to do that because people, dude, I've talked about this before, the Stanley Milgram experiments. Like, I think like 70% of people would keep turning up the fucking dial and shocking people.
Yeah.
When you would shock people.
Yeah.
So we have to accept the fact that
Guys in the other room like,
yeah, and there was
like, do
there's a guy in a lab coat going, you must go on.
Yeah.
And dudes would be like, fuck.
I
And
guess I will hurt this guy.
So let's accept the fact that the majority of human beings can't fucking think for themselves. It's what they're paralyzed under just like fear of disappointment and everything. And it's like, that's being taken advantage of. Nobody wants to talk about it. Dude, the prison experiments, same thing. They put people in those things, and they were just like, "What am I, a guard? Okay, fuck you, you motherfucker, you can't get."
Was there another thing that came out that the Stanford prison experiment was false? Like that's not how it went.
I don't know.
I forget what it was.
Well, dude, they had people. So you signed up, maybe, but they had to cancel it like 5 days, and it was too much.
Yeah.
But what happened
the guards
was
got after it.
People signed up for it, and then they had real police officers. They'd be like, yeah, I'll do a thing. But then so what happened was, they didn't know this. A real police officer came to their house and arrested them in front of all their neighbors. And they were like, what the fuck's going on? The cops would be like, get in the car. And wouldn't answer any questions. So they were like, what the fuck? And then they got deposited into the jail, and they were being like humiliated, and like they were getting like fucked. Yeah, they were
in Palo Alto.
But there was like one dude who had like a real psychotic break in there, and they had to cancel the whole thing.
What a pussy.
You're like completely freaked. A prisoner fucking freaked, surely.
I want to go home. Like, all right, well, now you ruined the entire experiment.
Yep. Ruined it for everybody.
You cried.
One dude cried, and the whole
probably
thing.
cried the experiment.
If you got, dude, if
I accidentally signed up for something and you had to be there for like a week. Like,
dude, imagine a cop coming to your house and you're like going and walked out by your neighbors, and they have no idea you signed up for this stupid thing.
I didn't know that's how it started.
I didn't know that. I read something recently. It was like they were pretty hardcore about it. They had the local police department in on it, and they came and like, shut up, get in the car.
Yeah.
And they just dropped you off at this weird place. But yeah, I wonder if it was a fluke. I mean, I know the guy, there was like a ton of flaws with it, I guess. But
they should let you go if you cry in prison. As soon as you cry, it's like, all right, that guy's sorry.
It's a fair point.
Very sorry, dude.
Or at least
let
give
him go.
you, like every time you cry, you get nicer and nicer. Yeah. That is your brain recognizing that like something's wrong.
Yeah. I don't know if it's guilt as much as you just are frustrated and want out. But if you cry I always felt bad for the guy. You know, in the movies when they're like fresh fish, when you're all walking in for the first set, then one guy's like, woo, and they're all like, ooh, we're gonna fuck you, motherfucker. All right, he gets out.
Yeah, it's got us. I mean, I think it's like, because you are probably on some like Jesse James Renegade stuff. You might have like, especially if you're younger and like you have like a kid and you're like, and then all of a sudden it's like, you're not going to see that person for 2 years. And it's just like,
I'm not an outlaw, it turns out.
Dude,
Dang it. I thought I was a desperado.
Yeah, that must suck.
I'm just a fucking loser.
Although there are the people that get in there and they go, I kind of like this better than my life. And that's dangerous. That's
a scary boy.
Yeah, man. It's like, I don't have to worry about any of that other stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of
I just got to handle my shit in here.
Yeah.
I just got to do push-ups and fuck guys.
Yeah. Get
I'll
head.
be behind the couch.
Cop head, do drugs. You literally are just completely cared for. It's like you just like get drugs in jail.
Yeah.
Do drugs. A doctor sees you every now and again.
But every once in a while you get stabbed 78 times by a fucking shaved down toothbrush. Dude, the way they stab is so funny.
I know.
It's so scary, dude.
Dude, Bert saw a dude get stabbed to death in the county jail. Oh. And it was like over bullshit. Like there's young gang members in county jails now. So like dudes will get like DUIs or like get fucked up in there and they're with like the hardest of criminals and the youngest of dudes who are like they're just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And there one guy went and was like clowning these like 19-year-olds. And he was like later that night they came and stabbed him to death and they all just caught life sentences and were like, whatever. And he's like, dude, it's so fucked up in there. Dudes like jump. Dudes will try to jump from the second floor and he's like, it's pretty common.
Try to swan dive the little D-Lo from the top. Actually, that was Benoit was the headbutt.
Really?
Yeah, his move was he would headbutt you from the top ropes.
Oh.
You know how that ended.
Yeah, true.
You can't do too many flying headbutts.
I told you my other bro was walking around and caught a mattress from the second floor. just walking around the county jail, dude. So one of the guards was doing a thing and just threw a mattress off the second level and hit him in the head. And the doctor was like, nah, you have arthritis, bro. That's not from us.
Oh.
Dude, right now too, like, yeah, like the heat will break and they won't fix it. There's not enough guards there now because of COVID. So like if you have like a health issue now in a county jail, they won't come, like you'll die. Because they were like hitting buttons to see, because they were so cold they didn't want the guards to sleep because the dudes just fucking pass out overnight. So they said like we're hitting a button all night because like dude, come in here and fix the heat.
Yeah.
And the guards, he's like we were hitting it all night and nobody came. And he's like, dude, there's older dudes in there. He's like, dude, if you got like sick or had a heart attack, you're done. Like you're going to die in jail.
Yeah.
And they'll find you in the morning. He said they were like going on strike. He was like it was getting ugly. They were like he's like it's really nasty. With COVID now, dudes just get stuck in there and like that's it. And like COVID will spread through the wings and like dudes are in there just like hacking their lungs up and they're just like
jail sucks.
Yeah, Delaware County, dude, it blows.
Jail stinks.
Yeah, dude,
I'm always afraid of getting arrested here. They like you get on a bus to fucking Rikers Island, you wake up like, oh no.
Is that where you'd have to go?
I think you get arrested in New York, you're fucked.
I didn't think about
you
that.
Like a DUI in New York, you wake up at Rikers Island. I could be wrong about that, but
yeah, there's got to be some sort of like holding place.
I think there are holding cells throughout New York that are also. That's got to be the worst.
They're pretty bad.
It's got to be up there.
They're pretty bad.
New York's disgusting.
Yeah,
everything's small and dirty and old.
Yeah, homeless guys.
It's like a subway station. Like it's like tile.
Yeah. You'd be in there with the housing challenged.
Yeah.
That'd be difficult.
The housing challenge guys would be in there.
Those guys smell. The housing challenge guys smell really bad.
And they have to be pretty bad to be in there.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of housing challenge guys that are up to no good that are just out.
Yo, yeah.
You're the worst of the worst housing challenged. And then you with a hangover. Waking up like...
The beds are supremely uncomfortable. They're supremely uncomfortable too.
Yeah.
So you're just laying on a metal, like a vet table. Fucking sucks.
Guard dog, did you get that joke yet? All right, well, let's see
Fire one up.
if you've mastered one.
All right. Well, they're not
Don't preface
the most titillating jokes, but
why are you making fun of Matt? Matt said he liked them.
I'm sorry, Matt. I mean, some of them are kind of funny.
That's fine. It's just,
This one's pretty amusing.
attacking my sense of comedy was funny. It's a very deep insult.
So you're disappointed. You're disappointed by Matt.
No, I wouldn't say
Matt's
that.
monologue. You're disappointed by it.
Yeah, what you got?
Come on, bud.
The teacher called little Johnny to her desk. She said, Johnny.
Go ahead.
What's little Johnny up to now?
Well,
I
you're
can't
about to
believe
find
what
out.
he's up to.
The teacher
Wait and
said,
see.
Wait.
this essay you've written about your pet dog is exactly the same essay your brother has written.
Oh.
Johnny said, of course it is. It's the same dog.
Oh my
He's
god!
cheeky, dude. He's
He's a little
cheeky.
cheeky bugger.
So that was it. That was
What about the
joke?
dirty
That's
jokes?
the joke. There's one. There's okay. So there's one.
man.
Little.
I work blue.
Yeah, I know you work blue. Little Johnny's father walks into the bathroom and catches him masturbating.
There we go.
All right. He says, "Son, every time you do that, you kill an innocent baby." The next day, his father walks into the bathroom and catches him again. Johnny says, "Dad, bow your head. Can't you see we're having a funeral in here?"
Hilarious. Dude.
That's pretty
That's a
funny.
good
What
one.
are
I
you
like
talking
that
about?
one.
That's the genre, dude.
True.
Usually he's in class, like talking about the teacher's titties.
Yeah, there's
It's-
some good ones about class.
Man, I used to like street jokes are very fun. We get them going. Do you know any good ones, Sean?
I know a good one, but
Let me hear it.
it's a little offensive, so
That's
it's
okay.
a little blue. But you know the one where it's like, what's the difference between a Jew and a canoe?
Never heard of that before.
Dude.
Jesus. Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? And now, Sean,
the hell
are
are
you
you
that
doing?
tone deaf during these times?
Why'd you do that?
You asked me if I had a street joke.
Yeah, just a nice one.
Yeah, dude, I know a
Yeah,
million of those.
I'll
I'm
give you
gonna
one. Yeah.
Alright. Sorry.
So there's a comedian on a cruise ship. Actually, I'm sorry. He's a magician on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
He's a magician.
Yeah.
And there's the act before him is a comedian and a clown, and they have a parrot as part of their group. So every night they go first and they got to clear out, but the parrot's always still in the back of the room, and they do the same act every night. So every night the magician goes on, and he starts doing his act, and the parrot's like, "Bert, it's in his pocket, Bert." And he's like, "Fuck." He just keeps ruining every trick. Every night he's like, "Bert, there's a mirror, Bert." And one night the cruise ship sinks. And the only survivors, the magician's just sitting there floating. Days go by, 3 days go by, and he realizes the parrot's floating, getting closer on another raft. Day 3, the parrot comes up and goes, "All right, asshole, where's the boat?"
That's pretty good, dude.
That's pretty good. Because the parrot thought it was a disappearing trick.
Oh. You see how everyone
got
can
it.
laugh and have fun
That's
at that?
not
You just
anti-Semitic.
alienated a whole
That's
group
just
of people
fun.
who are already on edge right now.
True. Forgive me
Because-
for that.
All right, there's a paratrooper. Did I ever tell you this one? There's a paratrooper in the war.
Yeah.
And he comes home from boot camp, and his pa is like, "Man, how'd you do it? How'd you do jumping? I knew you were afraid of heights and all that." And he goes, "Well, before I jumped out of the plane, my drill instructor got behind me. He said, 'If you don't jump, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass right now.'" And his dad goes, "Did you jump?" And he goes, "I mean, a little at first."
Yeah, I did hear that. I did hear that.
Come on.
That's a classic. That's just guys grabbing each other's shoulders.
Yeah. None of that anti-Semit, you know?
Sorry, I'm still learning and growing.
Okay.
Jeez, man. You thought you were about to rip the fucking ultimate one.
Yep, you're gonna
That
bring
was
the
a-
house down.
I thought that was a good one.
I don't even understand it. What's the point of it?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah, I have no clue.
Like, I don't know. I heard it. I heard it somewhere else. I'm just repeating
Okay.
it.
Wow, man. This is not what this is about.
Yeah, I didn't mean to crush the vibe.
That's okay. We can delete it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll cut it out.
we'll black your whole joke out, and we'll have we'll
I'll
black
put
the
in
whole
a
segment
different
out.
joke.
Huh?
I'll put in a different joke.
True.
Okay. Like what?
I don't know. I can't think of any
You're
other
de-
ones.
Yeah,
Can't think of any
redemption,
that are not
redemption.
racist.
Oh, I do know the one about the chickpea and the garbanzo
Let's
bean.
hear it. Let's hear it.
And what's the difference?
That sounds
Say
good.
it.
I've never paid $50 to have a garbanzo bean on my chest.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah. It's like,
It
what's the
doesn't
difference
offend
between
anybody.
jelly and jam?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't jelly my cock down a kid's throat. I added the kid part
That's a good
to
tag.
Even
make it
better.
a little blue.
That's even. That is a little.
You
I
know,
like
better.
to work
the
blue.
stuff.
Did I tell you that time? It was at the Second Street Comedy Club in Harrisburg. I said an anti-Semitic joke.
Did you?
Yeah, it was Carlos Mencia. I was opening for Carlos. It was a big deal.
Sorry, the mind of the
It
master.
was a big deal. The master was on stage, and the way he ended the show is he brought up his openers, and they were just fucking around telling street jokes. And I was standing in the back with his manager, and I told him a street joke, and he was like, "You got to go up there and tell that. That's fucking hilarious." And I was like, "All right, I'll do it." And I went on and I told the joke. It was a terrible joke. I'm very ashamed of it. And I finished the joke, and they turned the lights on and ended the show. What was the joke? This is an extremely inappropriate, bad joke that I deeply regret.
Something Sean would like.
It was actually very similar to yours. That's why it said, "What's the difference between Jewish people and Santa Claus?" We can't.
You can't.
It's-
The Wild Wild West.
Did it murder?
That's good stuff.
no.
They turned the lights
No,
on.
no, speak of the devil. One of them's calling me now. Hey, folks.
Felt it?
My boy agent that I want to have my way with.
And they just
Sensed
turned the
it.
lights.
They literally turned the lights on.
Everyone.
No one was happy. They're like a woman. That was one of the first times ever somebody came up after a show and was like, "I was really offended by what you said." I was sitting at the bar after, and a lady came up and was like, "What you did was wrong." I was very deeply offended by that.
What did the master himself say?
I don't know. I forget. He was nice. I remember
Yeah,
that. I remember him being cool.
He was like, dude, why'd you take my joke, dude?
Why'd you ruin the whole? Yeah, he's like, that was a good joke.
He said, it's crazy when everyone got mad at me for saying that joke.
Yeah,
Damn, dude.
yeah.
That's
I don't know
wild.
why I thought that was acceptable.
Well, at least you can teach Sean before he goes out there and
Yeah,
devastates himself.
Thanks for that, guys.
yeah. Just because you and your buddies laugh behind closed doors doesn't mean the whole public's gonna think it's great.
You're right.
I figured the Second Street Comedy Club in Harrisburg, that crowd would be all for it.
Yeah, I would have.
Turns out they were not excited.
Getting the lights turned on.
Lights on,
Oh.
music, people. All right, thank you very
People
much for
shuffling
coming out.
out.
Yeah.
It's like fucking, you're looking at like half-eaten appetizers all on the table.
Also, I had just started. It must have been delivered so poorly. It just, yeah. That was a tough night.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's. Were you driving? Did you drive yourself home from there?
No, that was at Second Street Comedy Club. Downstairs was a bar that had $1. $1 you call it.
Oh.
So the whole bar was $1 for an hour.
Yeah.
I would go down and drink as many IPAs as I could in 1 hour.
Yep. We used to have that at Kavanaugh's when I was in college. It was $5 to get in, and then drinks were I think like 50 cents
Yeah.
between
I can't believe they were doing that.
10 and midnight,
Yeah.
and you just go there and just drink as much as you could. And then
shots over and over again. Shots.
You would get so I would get so hammered that I'd like be ordering a drink like that'll be $14, and I'd be like, "What time is it?" And they're like, "It's 12:30," and I'd be like, "Fuck!" And then I would spend like $150 and be like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
That shit ruled, dude.
Like it's 12:05. But come on,
dude.
help.
$7. How about one, please?
Yeah, just for $1.
Yeah, I used to go to the bar in gym shorts, stand there, get hammered, and then like try to get pussy.
That's the shit.
It was
dude.
so fucking
That's the shit.
sick.
You dress
dude.
like Fetterman.
Yeah, I was fettered out. I
Gym
was fettered
shorts,
out.
hoodie, blacked out.
Yep.
You were a stroke Fetterman.
Yep. And I would like at
He was like,
midnight.
"Oh,
Nelly
good night."
dude, Nelly would come on at midnight. I'd be like blacked out and start dancing. And be like, I'm gonna get, I might get pussy.
I'm definitely gonna kiss. I'm gonna find my love.
Yeah, that was sick. That was very fun. That was a fun time in life.
That was a fun time in life.
It was a pretty painful and confusing time of life too, but it was very. The
Yeah,
high points were very sick.
but in hindsight, you do kind of forget about the painful anxiety,
You do.
and you're just like, "That was sick. That was fun."
Yeah, it was. That was honestly the best. It just sucked though, because you have no idea how awesome free time is, and then all of a sudden you lose all your free time and you go.
Yeah,
managed
free
my
time is
time.
tough though.
You think it is
I will say, free time in Mount Vernon was tough for me.
when
At
you were
our
down?
old apartment.
Oh yeah.
That was
yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
Now I can enjoy free time pretty. I'm like, nice. I get fucking 3 days off.
That's true.
Let's go.
No, that's a fair.
It's
point.
free time. You saw what I was doing. Little Battlefield 1.
Yeah,
I'm nice with the sniper.
dude.
Everything else, I am horrendous.
I'm probably absolutely horrendous, dude.
That game's impossible.
It's kind of selfish of you not to sniper.
Yeah,
on
I
the
was hurting
team.
my team. You saw
think-
what happened when I sniped. Cleared that whole fucking house out.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That was a lot of people were very excited. My boys were trapped.
yeah.
That house was killing us.
You were fucking
I said, "Don't worry,
American
guys.
sniper.
I'll take care of it."
They were trapped. That was pretty sick to
Yeah.
see.
That was neat. Where are we at time wise? 22 minutes. Oh,
52.
nice. This
Yeah.
thing's flying.
Yeah,
dude.
we ripped it up, man.
This was another fucking hit.
Shane, we ripped it up, man.
Matt, we keep coming up with big
We
hits.
got in here, we fucking ripped it up.
I mean, every time we're at the plate, They're like, they can't do it again.
It's been done.
It can't be another home run.
It's been done.
Gone.
It's
Out
out
of
of
the
here,
park.
Dude. It's out of here, dude.
The Carlos Mencia story, out of the park. That's not going to come back to haunt me.
No, I mean, there was no disrespect to the king.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about what you did.
Yeah, what I did.
I mean, dude.
I was genuinely remorseful. I remember a woman coming up and being like, what you did was wrong. And I remember genuinely being like, I'm really fucking sorry about that.
Yeah, but there's a thing.
My bad on that.
Dude, I mean, I grew up hearing all kinds of shit like that. So
Yeah.
for me, it's like, are we having fun? This is how I have fun. And
Yeah,
everyone
I have
goes,
fun. I say the worst thing I can
what
think
the
of.
fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, but people don't understand, dude. I try to
They don't
explain to people,
understand.
dude. I'm like,
you don't understand.
dude, I remember when I was working with my dad and like my uncles were sitting out there, and I think I've told this before, but a truck driver ended his life tragically. And we all caught the news of this guy's suicide, and we just went, we fucking laughed at him because he was like really, really short.
Yeah, so him
And they-
killing himself was
so we all paused, and someone was like, "What, did he hang himself on the doorknob?" Bah! And everyone laughed, and we just like went back to like pushing rocks with bulldozers.
It's the only way you can survive pushing rocks with bulldozers.
I know. It's like, oh, that guy we used to make fun of all the time hung himself. And we went,
What a loser.
pussy.
That's not our fault. Blood's not on everyone's hands in this room.
Yeah, it was like right after lunch. We all had that like post-lunch tired energy, standing around like a sidewalk.
Post-lunch tired at work is fucking awful.
Dude, especially you get cold, man.
It's the worst.
You eat lunch inside in the winter, and then you come back outside, and you're fucking freezing. Everyone's sluggish, and it's just like, dude, what fucking time is it?
That's the worst. Because I would hit lunch as early as possible. I would get to work and just be like, dude, all I gotta do is get to lunch. I'd have like 10 a.m. lunch. Be like, fuck, I'm still here for 7 hours. Fuck.
I used to try to do the opposite, take a British lunch. If you eat lunch at 1 the afternoon,
Yeah.
you can hold out. It really is like that 10 till 12 time is the worst.
At the last place I worked at, the Toyota place in the garage, everyone would take lunch at the same time. So
That's
the place
fun.
would just be fucked. And then like you'd be the one stuck down there.
Oh.
You'd have to go to lunch early to beat the rush.
Yeah.
Because then that's when people go get their cars fixed. They're at work. They're like, I'm going to drop my car off.
Yeah.
I'll pick it up after work.
Everyone's chilling.
There's one guy at the desk. It's me.
And you have to be like, we're
And
all
I'm
on
like,
it right
I
now.
don't know how cars work. They're like, well, what's wrong with my car? I'm like, honestly, I have no idea. I can't even read what the guy wrote. I'm trying to communicate this to you. I'd have to run back and be like, what? They're like, tell him it's this. I'm like, all right. It's this. Like, how
Yeah.
much is that? Because I'm here for an oil change. I'd be like,
way
it's
more.
going to be $1,200. Otherwise, I recommend you don't drive the car. It's a safety hazard. Like, you'd have to you'd be like, do you have kids? I wouldn't drive that thing unless you're comfortable with your kids dying. You should give me $1,700 to fix a part that I don't. And then they'd be like, "What does it do?" The part that I need to fix, what to do? I'd be like,
Turns smoke into platinum.
yeah,
Catalytic-
smoking to platinum. What,
catalytic
you want to
converter.
fucking not do that?
Like if your car doesn't have enough platinum, it'll break.
Yeah.
This episode of Matt and Shane Secret Podcast is also brought to you by FitBod. FitBod is the personal trainer in your pocket. Start an exercise routine wherever you are, no matter what equipment you have. I used to have a gym membership, but then I was caught having gay sex in the showers. Then my girlfriend found out, and she was really pissed about it. So now I use FitBod, which allows me to work out at home alone, away from all the sexy men, the steamy little sirens in the gym showers. That got me in so much trouble before. The app switches up your exercises to avoid overtraining and burnout. A full year of FitBod is less than the cost of a single session with a personal trainer. That's a good deal. So join FitBod today and build a routine that grows with you without slimming down your wallet. Get 25% off your subscription or try the app for free when you sign up now at fitbod.me/drenched. That's 20% off your subscription, or you could try it free at FITBOD fitbod.me/drenched. First person. Taking that first step towards better cognition and improved brain health is easy with first person. Just take President Joseph R. Biden, for example. He uses first person, and that's exactly why he was able to come out victorious in the ongoing proxy war with Russia. First person is made with functional mushrooms. The supplements stimulate the body's natural production of triggers that improve energy, mood, and sleep. Man, I'll tell you, I absolutely love first person. The sunbeam, the golden hour, or the moonlight, they all help me with focus, joy, and sleep. And I love taking them. And so do Matt and Shane from Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. First person uses 100% grain-free organic mushrooms sourced from the best in-class vendors. Start improving your brain health and cognition with first person. Get 15% off your first order by going to getfirstperson.com and use code DRENCHED. That's getfirstperson.com, code DRENCHED for 15% off your first order. Getfirstperson.com, code DRENCHED. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. But they have helped President Joe Biden a lot, I've heard. Now enjoy the rest of the podcast. Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast.
Yeah, I held a rental hostage one time over a dispute with a dealership.
Nice.
Yeah, they're like, bring that back. I was like, nah, bro. They gave me a loaner car, and I was just like, not until my terms are reached.
What were your terms?
They fucked me on my air conditioning, and my air conditioning wasn't working. I'm like, yo, let me know what's up. If it's over if it's over $1,000, I'm not fixing my AC. So make sure.
And then they fixed
you
it.
diagnose it. No, they didn't even do it. So they were like, it's this. It was like a condenser or something. It was like $500. Like, cool. And I'm like, if it's, because I knew there was another thing, or that maybe it was like the fan. There was something in there that was like $1,200. I was like, because I had like researched
It's all $1,200.
Dude, always, dude.
Every single thing.
But
And then
there
you
was-
look up, because I worked there, the parts, nothing.
I know.
It's literally labor for some psycho in the back. And they're all like, I'm not doing it.
Dude,
My job was to force dudes in the garage to do the fucking job.
they weren't going to do it.
I got in fights. I'd have to go back and be like, dude, they're waiting.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Fucking do it. And they'd be like, who the fuck do you
That
think
must have
you
been
are?
so fucking funny.
It was. There was some actual physical altercations.
Were there really?
Yeah. It was wild.
What were they doing?
They'd have like 4 jobs,
Yeah.
and they'd be like, I can't do it. And I'd be like, well, I sold it, so you're doing it.
You have to do it.
You
yeah.
have to do it. They're here.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, do I need to get our boss? Like, I'd be like, I'll go get him, dude. He's in his office. They're like, fuck you.
That's so
You
funny.
motherfucker. They'd like slam their
Yeah,
tools
that
down.
is a spaz job,
Full
dude.
spaz.
Yeah.
Everybody every day was spazzing.
Yeah, that's
There wasn't one moment. There was a couple cool ass dudes that would like they were the best at their jobs.
Yep.
That wouldn't spaz, but everybody else was new, and I was new, so they had me in the quick lane. So all my guys were brand new, and all they were doing was fucking like oil changes. That's all they could
That's
do.
kinda nice.
That's the only thing I knew about.
Yeah.
So I would have to battle those dudes every day, though.
Oh.
Like we got 4 more oil changes.
How many of those dudes fake the oil change? That's my biggest fear. And I always say it to them. I go, guys, you didn't just fake my oil change, did you? Like, oh, we would never.
No, they wouldn't do that, but they would. Like they'll come back and be like, your oil pan's leaking,
Yeah.
and then you'd look at it and be like, is it?
Yeah.
Like,
It's just,
no, it's fine, dude. I'm not paying
yeah.
$3,000 for a new oil thing. I don't need oil. The car's gonna run, dude.
Yeah, they hit me with some bullshit where I was like, yo, if it's this thing, replace it. If it's not that thing, no dice. If
Yeah.
you diagnose it and this is something that is going to cost me $1,000, I'll just ride this thing till it dies, no AC.
Yeah.
They're like, no, for sure. And they went into it. It was like, it's a little thing. I'm like, cool. They replaced that. I get into my fucking car. I'm blowing the air. And I'm like, air's coming out like 80 degrees.
Yeah.
They're like, no, just drive it. It should be good. I was like, okay. So I start driving, nothing. I call back. I'm like, dude, my air's still fucking hot. And you guys charge me $500. I'm coming back. They run the test and they're like, oh, weird. Yeah, it fucking is. They look at it. Oh, you're going to need that thing. And I was like, dude, because they gave me a loaner. They called me back and they were like, you have to pay. And I was like, dudes, give me my $500 back because I wouldn't have done it if I'm going to fix it, blah, blah, blah. So I held the loaner hostage and I was like, I need your manager. And they wouldn't give him to me. I was like, I'm not bringing this fucking loaner car back. And they were
Nice.
like, fine. The managers rule.
The managers
if you
do
can get to
rule.
the managers, dude, they sweeten
Shout out
it.
Josh. What up?
Yeah, if you can get to a dealership manager, they sweeten the deal.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll tell you what, we'll split it, man. Let's go halves. What do
Yeah.
you say? And I was like, I respect you.
Yeah, that was and all my guys were Africans.
Really?
They're from African dudes from Philly that were just
They're usually hard working.
They are, but they'll turn on you.
They'll give you the evil
I'm
eye.
not doing this.
They give you the
That's how
evil
you
eye.
do it.
I didn't even see that coming.
Yeah. No, they would battle me.
Oh, you got caught in the evil eye.
Yeah.
They fucking.
Then the one dude got my number, so he would text me like memes. Insane fucking memes. Be like a chicken with like a human smile. I'd be like, nice. Thank you.
That's one of my favorite things to think about you battling African dudes over oil changes.
It was tough.
I'm busy.
It was a dark time.
I'm very busy.
Let's switch over.
Let's do it.
Guys, keep listening over
Patreon's
at
going to
Patreon.
be. Maybe this week will be the fabled hardcore history of the Crusades.
Really?
I have it, yeah.
All right, nice.
Let's rock it.
Guys, let's learn about the Crusades on the
We
Patreon.
promise we'll do it this. We've been fucking people on the,
We'll see.
on the Crusades.
We'll see. I got in a
We'll
bit of
do
a
it.
World War I hole.
Let's do a mix. Let's do a fucking.
I don't really know anything
Just
about
jump
it.
back and forth between
I've
the
been
Crusades.
listening. I've been watching All Quiet on the Western Front on repeat,
all you
playing Battlefield 1 and listening to Carlin
What else?
every
you-
night.
Yeah, so you're.
I don't know anything about it though.
I doubt that. Let's do like a. We'll just jump timelines.
And again,
When I lose where I'm at in the Crusade, jump into World War
right.
One, and then I'll jump back into the
it'll be the
Crusade.
same thing. I'll be like, they invented barbed wire. What the fuck? All right. Thank you guys. Goodbye.